Hello, hello, hello. Listen, we need to stop. We need to stop worrying about what we're seeing. Okay, how y'all doing? I missed y'all. Okay, um, I don't know if this is going to be a feel good live like mine usually are. I'm not going to bullshit you guys. Nobody has infiltrated me. Nobody has paid me money. Nobody has nothing to make me feel any differently. Brian Koberger did not do this crime. With that said, audio is an issue. Can you guys hear me? I'm good. I'm right here. Look, I'm right here, healthy as an ox. Got Leah, got my cat. Everything's good. You guys hear me all right? Just want to make sure. All right, we're good. All right, somebody said, like, everybody said the audio is. All right, so. Missed you guys. I have taken time to think about the case, think about just everything in general. And I think, and I know, like I said, you know, y'all are going to go watch wherever you watch that are going to tell you what you want to hear. That's perfectly fine. Okay. I don't care if you don't agree with me. I don't care if it makes you mad, but you're going to understand this. If you look at my thumbnail, okay, because AI, which we just learned about, doesn't let you put certain faces where you want them, but yet you could put dead people of, you know, faces of dead people that were killed for whatever reason wherever you want, but you can't put a name of a damn child trafficker anywhere regarding AI. I got you, Krista. Just let me. If I bring you up here, I'm preaching to the choir already. Okay, I got you, homie. I just need to get this out. All right. So I need you guys to understand before even worrying about who did this. Okay. I let you rant. I let you, Chris. I knew when you were live, and I was like, I'm gonna let her rant for a little bit, you know, and then I let you up. You're not. You know what? Now you're not coming up. See, this is what I mean, man. I'm trying to, like, I'm not, like, in a good mood. Obviously, I've been talking about this case since it happened, you know, and since they were attacking Brian's parents, because I knew his mother. His mother was my 8th grade English teacher. I saw Brian. I probably saw him every day, but him with Casey, I would see probably once a week. And you know, that's why I'm emotionally invested in this case, because I want Brian to get the justice he deserves and get his ass out of there, and then for them to get the justice these 4 victims deserve. Well, I just want to prepare everybody, okay, for the outcome of reality. All right. And reality is, okay, when you have somebody that is now challenging the system, wanting to expose the system, okay, we know what happens to those people. Okay, go look at the wall. Go look at that. Go look at, by the way, that's Jeffrey Epstein's cell. If you look at the thumbnail and just look on the wall, and you'll see faces of people who, again, wanted to bring unity, wanted to bring the truth out, wanted to bring this out, anything, and they're gone. Okay. And I know we all have this hope right now that the legal system is going to get behind Brian and come down on those dirty cops and dirty lawyers and this, that, and the third. But you guys have to understand, they're all part of it. Okay. Ann Taylor, I'm thinking, okay, she backstabbed her client. No, not only was Brian approached, but also Ann Taylor was approached. Okay. Let me break it down to you. The University of Idaho annually brings in $600 million, period, a year. So they're bringing in $600 million a year. That's $2.4 billion at least since 2022. Brian took a plea deal, okay, because he had to. That plea deal was saving his life, okay? And now that he, is trying to withdraw his plea deal, we should all be the most scared for his safety now than ever before. Ever before. Okay? Because now it's not viral. Now you have about 70% of the people that aren't following this that were every single day because there's new cases coming out. Okay? And I'm just trying to prepare the ones who have known me for all these years. And, I've always had hope. So you guys have to understand, you have all these people up here funding the university, okay? And all we know is a name, Green. That's the only name we know, Green. You think Green is providing the university with $600 million a year? No. Okay? That university is the lifeline of that town. The lifeline. Without that university, not only does the university stop, everything stops. What's up, Bunny? What's up, Meanie? Donna? I see you guys. What's up? So, the fact that Brian is retracting his plea deal and wants to challenge the system and try to get it to the Supreme Court, okay? Now is the time to fear for his safety more than ever. And this might be my last live, to be honest with you guys. I'm not bullshitting you. This might be my last live, okay? I've had no news influence. I've had no channel influence. I've had no person influence, okay? I haven't watched one thing on the case since my last live. But I researched who is really behind this, okay? Because all they give us is the names. All they give us is the files to see that they want us to see. You guys understand there's sealed files that we haven't seen. Yet somebody can call Wade Wilson after he kills two people and have jail conversation calls recorded. Do you guys really think flock cameras just came out? Let's be honest with each other. Do we really think when it comes out is when they just want to tell us about it? It's not when it was fucking created. Yet they have Brian. They don't have Brian anywhere. Yet Cy says he's possibly here and he's possibly there. But yet all of us here right now, our license plate, at least one time in the past week, they got us somewhere. So 100,000 cameras, and you can look up the amount, it's probably up to like 120, 150 now. 150,000 cameras didn't just appear out of nowhere. We've all seen these cameras. We've all seen the fucking cameras on light poles, on highways, on here, on there. And now because they want to say flock, we're all just like, okay. So they don't have Brian on nothing. Nothing. All right? So they can't even fabricate evidence against Brian like they could with Karen Reed. Because everybody's going to say, well, how did Karen Reed, this was a police system, the police. I don't give a fuck about the police. I give a fuck about a university that is literally the heart that is pumping out the blood to 60, 70% of the jobs in that area. Whether it's the university itself, whether it's the stadium, whether it's the stores around the stadium. You guys get me if you're with me. This is way bigger than who the fuck did this. Whoever did this, it doesn't even matter at this point because they picked Brian for a reason to avoid all this. So all this, don't expect to ever see. You're not going to see it. You're not going to see it. Whether you're a guilter, whether you're I don't know. You shouldn't even say guilter or anything anymore because we all watch the fucking videos. We all watch Brian Enton and Vinnie Politan and all these people, and we see Cy Ray on one thing, and we're like, that's Cy. I just put Brian Koberger in Brian Epstein's, not Brian Epstein, Brian Koberger in Jeffrey Epstein's cell. Looks just like him with university police overlooking him. Guys, you understand just tomorrow how easy and that's why I have the faces on the wall. MLK, JFK, Bob Marley, Isaac Cappy, if you're an OG. I can go on and on and on and on and on, and it's all for unity, truth, justice, all that shit. There are bigger names that they have silenced for a lot less. We're talking $600 million a year this university is bringing in, but they profit zero on paper. So we know what universities are used for. We send our children there. They promise, all these degrees. And here I am watching all these kids graduate, can't find jobs. Charlie Kirk gets shot. I still have the screenshot of the damn hole because they want to scrub everything. Charlie Kirk gets shot. Nobody talks about it anymore. Who do you know that talks about it? Oh, I still think about it, Willie. Great. You might be the benefit of the doubt, but the majority you don't. Think about somebody that's being charged or was charged or whatever you want to call it with a quadruple homicide, how easy that is to forget. We're talking about somebody that was all over social media every day talking about let's all just unite, boom. So don't get mad at people that think he's guilty. That's the one thing that I've taken out of just everything that I've learned is don't get mad at other people that think he's guilty. Just understand this is what's being fed to them. What channel do you know that's not a channel that you have to go to where there's only a couple hundred people there, maybe 1,000, maybe 2, not 50,000 in chat or 10,000 in chat or 15,000 in chat or have 1 million, 2 million views? They're all saying Brian's guilty. Brian's own expert turned against him, saying he's guilty. His own attorney looks like she turned against him. If he disappeared tomorrow, the only people that would care are the 76 of us that are in here. And the hundreds that are going to watch this, maybe 1,000, I don't give a shit. I don't care if this gets 100 views, to be honest, at this point. Because again, this might be my last live. Because at this point, there's nothing you or I can do or watch or warn anybody of. It's out of our hands. It's out of your hands. It's out of my hands. Okay? So I'm just preparing you guys for the outcome that is the worst. Okay? Because they can never say the truth. They can never say the truth. They will never arrest the people that did this. So if you're pro-justice and you want justice for these children, it's never going to happen. I'm calling them children because they were, early 20s. Just not going to happen, guys. Now, again, if there was evidence against him, heavy evidence against him, or something they fabricated, okay, I could get what's going on. Just like, again, I'm going to bring up Karen Reed, the broken taillight pieces, the car park footage that they switched. I mean, at least they tried to fabricate. They still were dirty, but at least they tried to fabricate evidence. They've convinced the public, the majority of the public. I'm sorry to say, but 95% of the public, we're a very small majority here, maybe even less, 97%, let's say, that they have enough with his touch DNA on the snap of his sheath. And that convinced 97% of the public. Think about how little that is to convince that many people, which means if they had this much more, this much more, this much more, it'd be over. All right, let me drop the link quick. Hold on here. Let me see who's here. What's up? Don't be hating. And like I said, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. Okay. I'm not. You guys know I'm all about Brian getting the hell out of there. I'm gonna have a party if he gets out of there. But I'm just preparing you guys for what has already happened throughout my history, if you're older than me, your history, your parents' history, your grandparents' history, all of it. All of it. Think about it. You see somebody that thinks he's guilty, you get mad at him. You don't think, oh, well, they think he's guilty because that's what they're saying all over the fucking media. The media. The media. I don't care what channel it is. Fox, CNN, MSNBC, Law, Crime TV, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. All these channels that now have, just because they have a YouTube channel, we're going to believe them? Again, if you think flock cameras just came out this year, I don't know what to fucking tell you. I don't know what to tell you. If you think AI wasn't around 10 years ago, go watch fucking the Star Wars from 10 years ago. Go watch the Star Wars. You'll see an actor that was dead for fucking, I don't know how many years, and you won't even notice that he's not alive. Yet they show us something on a screen. They show Cy Ray's face. They show Steve G's face. And we're just going to say, oh, okay. And then the media goes, oh, okay. Here you go. Come on. Let's fucking wake up. You know, and I'm not yelling at anybody here. I'm just saying, if you turn off the noise and you sit down and you think about just reality, and take out the emotions. I feel for Brian. I love Brian. I feel a connection, you know, because he's innocent, and I just want justice to happen and him to get out. I want it too. Trust me, I want it too. But we have to come to the realization that Brian's not special. Like I told you, Bob Marley wasn't special. John Lennon wasn't special. Like I said, Isaac Cappy. If anybody wants to just search Isaac Cappy when I get off here, you'll understand that the names of the people that are really involved here as far as the university goes, if you think Scott Green is here, you're at the bottom of the pyramid. You're down here. You're down here. I just dropped the link for you. You see it there? Try it again. Because if I click out of here, it's gonna take me down from here. So I gotta put it in chat. If you're still here, Krista. There you are. What's up, homie? Like, listen, when I tell you I have the vent and I'll bring you up, you're like, no.
Shut up.
You know I don't change my mind.
Whatever, man.
You know?
What's your problem today? What's going on? Why are you such a Debbie Downer today?
What
happened?
See, nothing happened. This is the thing, nothing happened.
You were fine earlier. I mean, what happened?
I was fine.
You were fine.
The other day.
You've been fine,
we never talked about this case. We've been talking about this shit. We never talked about this case.
I know, and I just said we need to talk about it soon. But
just when you think you know it all, right?
Right.
Somebody that talked to me a couple hours ago. What's wrong? That's the thing. Nothing's wrong.
Okay.
Nobody gave me money. Nobody contacted me. Nobody influenced me. I'm not suicidal.
Are you suicidal?
Brian is innocent. If you believe he's innocent, at least you're awake. Hit the like button, please, because, you know, this might be my last live, so let's like it up. And we need to be real. Well, that's the one thing that you got to come to a clarity with, Krista. We have to be real. This is real life, not reality television, not a movie, not a script. This is real life. This is real money involved. This is sick people. You understand? They knocked down a crime scene in a matter of months without not having nobody guaranteed that did it. They had one person that they thought did it. Boom, knocked the house down. Let's think about that for a second. Who allowed that to happen?
Oh, well.
Both lawyers, right?
Yeah.
Both lawyers?
And Taylor.
Who actually gave the okay, though, to knock? You see what I mean? Like nobody stepped in for a reason. Okay, right. So let's stop there for a second. Okay, so that happened. All right. Then we have the 911 call with the cop already at the scene. Then we have Ethan with the least amount of stab wounds, naked, with clumps of hair in his hand and the most of his DNA under one of the victims upstairs. As far as when they swabbed under the fingernail, the most amount of DNA that could be calculated was Ethan's. I'm just saying these are facts. Okay.
Yeah.
And if they're going to give us, and if they're just going to say, here, we're just going to give you this little bit, well, then this is what I'm going to go with. Okay. If you picking out an outsider, okay, that came in 5 months ago, that's a criminology TA. Think about Dexter, right? Think about Dexter for a second, right? Everybody, oh, he's a lab geek. He's a lab geek. He's a lab geek. You know, but if shit would have happened, they would have been like, oh, I could see it was Dexter. Well, I mean, it was Dexter, but I'm saying, say Dexter was innocent, right? And then insert Brian.
Right.
You know,
Well,
Brian's a criminology TA. He's an outsider. He gets pulled over. He wants to help the cops. You know, because again, that's the saddest part is there's 350 million people in this country, and they pick out Brian. You know, because
he knows he
was just at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. Poor Brian probably thought he was telling them stuff like to help them, and I'll help you do this, I'll help you catch that, and they're like, well, this guy's got to go.
Because again, guys, you guys know I agree with whatever you're going to tell me. You know, like I agree with you that he took a selfie the next morning. He had no bruises on him. He had no scratches. He had nothing. So we can't just say, oh, it was Brian. If you just say it was Brian, then again, they got you. They got you. The news, the media, the channels you watch, they got you.
Do we know what happened with his letter yet? We don't know yet.
Here's the thing. And I'm still trying to get to you, through to you as well.
Okay.
We only see what's on here. Oh, look, this is his writing. Who knows if he didn't say, if half of that letter was completely different and they just, dude, like I told you, I could be fake right now. I could disappear right now and be at the back of the screen and say, guys, I recorded all that, or guys, that I AI'd all that. Think about this, right? I told you there's a Star Wars. I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but I went to see it just to make sure. You can't even tell the guy's AI. 10 years ago. So like when I bring up flock cameras, okay, and people getting hit 70, 80 times because the cops don't like them, just because they don't like them, they're running your license plate, boom, 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 boom. Then you're telling me 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, there wasn't cameras that were already doing that? There wasn't a report that they could have brought up on Brian going right there, leaving, showing his license plate, everything.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I know. There's definitely.
Who's in the back?
Well, like you
Darling
said.
Nikki, what's up? What's up, Nikki?
Hey, what's up? How are you? Good. I think the last time we spoke was back in 24. I told you about my brother's case who was falsely accused. Yeah, 15
yes.
Man, so I actually went back to that video last week. And I was listening to your podcast. It was really good.
And this is what I'm saying. I have since I've spoke about this, I swear to Jesus, I swear to God, you know, I have not watched nothing. So I don't know what has come out. I don't care what has come out. I am just preparing everybody for, again, the outcome that if you look at it right from up here, not from where here, not from the emotions, from up here, and you just look down at it, and people think Scott Green, like I said, is at the top here. That's, you know, the mastermind. Scott Green is here. You have Webb's here. You have donors here. You have the actual names up here, and then the people that give them the money up here. So you understand, it's way beyond our comprehension for us to be like, who actually did this? Who actually was behind this?
All this information we've known for a long time. So all the stuff
we're not going to know the information. Is my point.
Everything that we know now, we've already known, and we've been positive of to this point.
We found out nothing new.
Yes, we did. He wrote a letter, and
yes, okay, fine. Well, yes, he's retracting his plea. Great.
Right.
Now it puts his life back in danger. That's why I believe he took the plea deal, because that plea deal was him staying alive.
Right.
And at some point he was in there and said, you know what? I'm going to take my chances.
Well, can I add a few things?
Go ahead.
If you don't mind. One, I actually sent you an email last week. And in that email, I actually sent you my brother's affidavit to give you an idea of what he was facing. And I also wrote an innocent act bill for people who's been falsely accused. That's one. Two, I say this, when it comes to the mainstream media, and you see people like the SG family going and they're making their rounds. I'll tell you this, about 60%
I'm not
of
mad
the
at all.
comments, the people do not believe the psyops. People are no longer believing the lies. The people know it's no longer believing the SG narrative that my daughter was, was being stalked by BK. People minds are changing. We are no longer believing the bullshit.
No,
Okay.
you're right. And like I said, and this is what I was trying to explain. Like, I
So
see more and more people waking up, like, as far as
yeah,
like the system goes. But when it comes to somebody that they've already convinced the public is, has committed a quadruple homicide, who's already taken a plea deal, to a layman, as far as a crime goes, this is how they feel, that he's guilty. So I'm just talking about the general public. That's all.
right. Again,
Who again are brainwashed, like you said, by the
right.
media.
By the media, and it's changing. Like for an example, Steve Gonzalez and his wife was on Steve. What's his name? Hannity. Sean Hannity last week, and I'm telling you, 70% of the
And
comments
somebody said I'm
like,
behind. Somebody
yeah,
said I'm behind. No, no, not you. I'm saying like somebody was like, "Well, you're behind." So
yes,
wait,
you
then
are.
going on Hannity, that makes
Yes.
it worse.
No, but check this out. But go and look at the comments. I was shocked that people are saying we want a new trial. What the public has been given is a lie. We do not believe this family. There was an SG, like Steve is the main one behind the misinformation. And this was on Sean Hannity. I was shocked. I was shocked. You need to go and watch. Dr. Turvey was on the lawyer show, and I'm telling you, I
I
was
saw that.
flabbergasted.
Like I said,
So yeah, so
I know
it
what
is
Turvey. I know what Turvey found. Okay, what
right.
I'm not. What my question is what big name lawyer has stepped up to say I'm going to come down and I'm going to show the system that I could take this case and get this man off.
No. I think the problem, and this is what I said in your podcast on your last live back when we did, and back in 24. He's a white male, but check this out. Him and Karen Reed had a very similar case.
I know, that's kind of crazy. I didn't know. There's a lot of like.
Not at all. They fabricated, like, I don't know if you maybe weren't here in the beginning, but I kind of said, like, I even used the Karen Reed case. I said, with the Karen Reed case, okay, you got they fabricated the 67 pieces of tail light in the yard. They fabricated the video. They fabricated, so they had all this fabrication of evidence, where in this case, they had enough to convince the masses with touch DNA.
No, but check. No.
And okay, you can read the comments again. You can read comments on YouTube, but I'm talking about the general population.
No. I get what you're saying.
We are the
But the difference is this one. Like I said, to me, it's similar because in both cases, just like in Karen Reed's case, how the broken glass from the taillight was planted. The chief was planted.
Yeah.
Both of the LE, the Moscow. The Moscow Police Department lied. The Canton Police Department lied.
The Mastic Police lied.
Right.
Again, do you know about the Delphi case?
Of course.
You know, okay, white male. So let's compare those. Okay, so these are beautiful cases to compare. They convinced the public because of a unspent round that went through a gun, which you can't even really freaking prove. Right. And over here we have touch DNA on a sheath. Where is Richard Allen, and how mentally sane is he right now? Not well.
I think, but let me. So I know that case very well. What hurt him, and the same thing probably with and that's the same similarity with Brian Kohlberger. They both admitted guilt.
There you go. So again, I'm just saying, if I called 5 of my family members and I said, "Hey, I got this case, and I just want your opinion on it." Somebody pled guilty, took it back. Oh, he definitely did it. I'm just telling you what the general, what layman people say, would think.
So, but check this out. So when it comes to, for an example, the Innocent Project, about 30% of people that they helped found innocent during the Innocent Project actually pled actually took a plea to something that they didn't do. With the most of the public, because I can't speak for the public, but most people don't realize a lot of innocent people do take plea deals. Only 95% of cases do not go to trial because of plea deals. I said that back in 24 that this case wasn't going to trial.
Which one's Jeff? How has Jeff even in here?
He's probably under a different name.
Oh my
So,
God!
but with with that being said, we're coming to Brian Kohlberger. I think what's going to help him is this: that he had an effective trial. Did I say that correctly? Or I mean, counsel.
Effective counsel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what's going to help him. And then what's also going to help him.
Okay, but just please, you're not taking into any account the money. So okay, continue.
Money.
We all are.
Continue.
No,
you're not taking into account. You're not taking into account the fraternities. You're not taking into account the sororities, and you're not taking into account the $600 million a year that university brings in. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I understand you were a fighter for your brother. I mean, again, we have no big name. Brian has no big attorney like Richard Allen, Yannetti, Little, all these fucking lawyers that came on to represent. Where's that backing for Brian?
Wait, well, something's up because
that pisses me off. No, that's what I mean. Something is up. Thank you.
I feel like somebody walks into it and they see something that we don't know, and I'm like, what?
Nobody wants to be involved with it.
I don't know why, but that wouldn't make any sense.
I mean, I know why, because he's a white man. That was the thing.
For the past
that was
30 minutes.
This was the point I was trying to make earlier. This was the same point I'm making in 24. He's a white male, period. And we need to address that. Now, if he was a black man in prison saying that I was being framed, the whole black community will be behind him.
Yeah.
The only reason why he's in this predicament because the white females do not support Brian Kohlberger. Can we at least admit that?
Yeah,
no, I'm not going to talk now. Race is a construct.
It is about race.
Made up by
it is about race, but when it comes to the court system, it's about being poor. It's about being is the poor against the wealthy. It's the have against the have-nots. It's the whites versus the black. It's the male versus the female, because the family court system is worse than the criminal court system.
Okay, but then we have to think about why did they do what they did? Right, in the Karen Reed case, we know we had police departments involved. Like, we know why they would cover that. Right?
Yeah.
Why in this case would they go through all this trouble to not just investigate it and figure out the real truth?
It's obvious because there was a drug cartel that was behind it.
Yes, somebody
the Moscow Police Department was behind it. This crime happened under their watch. The only reason why, because this is why they planted.
You know why the cartel didn't do it, Nikki? I'm going to tell you why the cartel didn't do it. Because if the cartel was after me, and I'm just being honest with you, if the cartel was after me and I have a family of 9, you know how many of us? You know how many of us are taken out?
Listen, they're not going after anybody. They're
I'm telling you guys right now. If the cartel comes after me and they come after any of us, they're taking out all of us.
They're taking out everybody.
So they left Dylan and they left Bethany, who saw one of the cartel members leaving. I'm sorry, I can't get
but mind you, hold on. They was only there for a specific reason. You got to understand that Maddie Mogan's mother was a criminal informant, and so was Xana.
Yeah, Xana. Yep.
Criminal informant. What? They narked on a dealer.
They narked on the fucking big people.
Listen.
A week before this crime happened. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'll just say one at a time because.
I was saying a week before. Yes, look it up. The thing is almost sounds like that you need to do a little bit more research, because
I don't need to do anything. I've been researching longer than you have.
But I'm just saying.
This is about money. This isn't about justice.
Yeah, they're about money.
It is. Hold on. It is about money.
It's a lot more than cartel money. It's a lot more than
hold on, because you got to understand a lot of these people.
The cartel didn't have the house knocked down. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
The cartel gives them the drugs to sell to make the
Listen, the cartel didn't have the house knocked down. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
It was this. Can I finish the sentence, please?
Sure. Go ahead.
Everybody is covering their own asses, Willie. It's not that hard to figure out. The school is protecting their asses because because that school is their main bread and butter. The police is covering their asses because they actually allowed this shit to happen under their watch.
Yeah, and then there's
You
lawyers,
understand?
and then the lawyers,
and then
and then
you
the prosecution.
right,
And
and
so
then
again, how far up the tree?
hold
How
on.
far up
Let
the
me
tree? Hold
finish.
on. How far up the tree are we going to believe this stops?
It goes all the way from the top, all the way down to the roots.
And we're talking $600 million annually, Nikki.
Yeah.
Annually. That's
Yes.
2.4.
Why
That's
do you think?
Brian in jail. Hold on. Brian in jail, right, has produced that university an extra $2.4 million. Because if he came out and told the public that a frat member went nuts and murdered 3 women in the house and himself, right, nobody was going to want to go there because he was on amphetamines.
We know that.
Drugs.
That is a given.
I'm just saying.
That is something that doesn't have to be explained.
We have no blood. I'm just saying we have no blood
already
trail.
know that. We already know that.
I'm just saying we saw the crime scenes. We saw the amount of blood
Yeah.
spattered here, spattered there, everywhere else.
Okay.
And we have
There
no
was-
trail outside of any door. Nothing. Not spraying, nothing.
Actually, there was blood across the street in the White's apartment. So it
Huh?
started there. Yes, that's what. Yes. There's some things that's going on about this case that you know that
No. It's only been like a couple weeks. Trust me. I would have got a million texts if they found Brian's blood or anybody's blood across the street.
It wasn't Brian's blood, but it was the victim's blood found across the street at the White's apartment.
Whose?
I believe it was Xana's. So anybody in the chat can please verify, but I believe it was Xana.
So it was blood. So it was the same dried period blood, like as far as the time period.
Yes.
It's the same blood transfer.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, show me where that file is.
But listen, 6 agencies, right? You think they're going to cover for Brian? Why do you think they're not all going to cover for all of them?
Wasn't tested. What do you mean? It wasn't tested.
Okay.
Who said that?
Who said that?
I'm telling you, the blood, everything they found blood-wise was never tested.
I'm reading
It was tested, but not identified.
It was tested because we know that they were male, just like there was a bloody jacket. It was an unknown male. There were 2 bloody gloves. There were 2 bloody gloves. Unknown male. There was unknown male underneath Maddie's left hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I believe you.
Do you really
I believe both of you. I believe
the cartel? Listen. You think that?
It was a cartel. It was Sicario.
Why would it be? Well, who is it going to be then? If it's not going to be. They're not going to cover for one person, right? They're going
I already told you who it was, but you're not listening. Who was it? Again, are we going to go by the evidence, or are we going to go by emotion? What are we going by? What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
You tell me. You go ahead.
I like to go by what we know because that's all we can go by.
I know that fucking cops aren't going to
great. We have a 6'3", 6'4" at his best male, okay, in the home. Now, that male was stabbed the least amount of times. That male was naked. Hold on. That male was naked, and that male had an extreme amount of amphetamines in his system. Now, in a regular scenario, okay, with a real investigation, okay, all those little things right there, if you study that, like I have for months and months and months. See, again, you've been watching stuff, I've been studying. So if you study that, okay, and then the clump of hair in the hand, and when they swabbed under the fingernail, the most amount of DNA came from that individual. If all of that evidence right there was Brian Koberger, right, then we'd all be like, Brian's guilty, right? But because the individual is no longer with us, we have to look at, we victim blaming, victim this, victim that. Then again, you're not gonna get where I'm going with this and not follow where the evidence so far is showing. Stabbed the least amount of times, and everybody else stabbed freaking 30, 40, 50 times. Okay, now we can just say, oh, it was there was passion behind the other three, or whatever we can say. But if we're just going to go by everything, either he could have been drugged, either it could have been a drug-induced psychosis. Again, we're not talking about alcohol here.
No,
We're
I
talking about
don't. I
amphetamine.
completely,
You know,
no, I completely disagree with that. Completely.
that's fine.
Because
You're allowed to.
because if that's the case, because if you would have read Dr. Singh's report, that shows that there were carvings that someone carved initials in their heads,
Whose?
and in three of the victims' heads.
I don't know where you're getting this from.
Right,
Nobody.
right. No. Again, like I said, it was in the autopsy report. Dr. Singh's autopsy report. She also stated there were multiple weapons.
3.
So there was multiple weapons. The victims had letters carved into their forehead, sir. It's in the autopsy report.
I forgot that, Nick.
Again,
Okay.
I guess nobody
Okay.
can. I guess nobody can call it self-harm. And again, you need to do some research into again the actual evidence that they have put out, not possibly this, possibly that.
Right. And then also one of the victims was gagged. Her teeth was knocked out. Where's her teeth?
I know where are her teeth.
Her
Actually,
teeth, right? Her teeth was knocked out. It wasn't found in her system. Right.
Okay. So
It
all this
took
is
time.
happening.
So that means
if
the
all this is
perpetrator was in
happening
that house
and-
for a lengthy period of time. The first
Okay, so then
screen
what-
started at 140. The second
So what is Dylan doing?
37.
Okay, so
She
what is
was
Dylan then
saving
doing?
herself,
Chilling.
saving her fucking self, saving
Oh,
her
Chilling?
mother.
hold on. Let me finish. And then on top of that, two of the victims had post-mortem slashes from ear to ear after death.
I think they died and like people just kept
No,
going.
no. Let me finish. So explain that. Explain how two of the victims had slashes from ear to ear after death.
Because I think they probably died like in
No.
Right?
There's no
They kept
thinking.
going.
No, there was no thinking. You got to
No,
understand. You got to understand those
Listen, I'm not sure
perpetrators.
on my panel here. What do you mean there's no thinking? What are you talking about?
No, there's no thinking. I'm saying the point I'm trying to make is this: the perpetrator was in that home for a lengthy period of time.
I mean, yeah, they had
That
to
means
be.
that they changed clothes there. They took a shower there. Everybody knew, huh?
Okay, so but yet it was a cartel.
It was members. It was certain members. It was a hit. And I said that back in 24 that this was a hit. And only way I know that because I'm from the hood. You see shit like this happen every day. You see hits. You see like especially when it's amongst different gangs. You see gang hits in the hood. You see police come in and plant evidence on innocent people. Everything I said 2 years ago actually came into fruition.
And then
You
Dylan.
understand?
Was Dylan friends with the cartel?
Dylan, no. Look, this is why after Kohlberger was arrested, BF said, well, I'm afraid to come back to Moscow. Why? You're going to tell me, like, you got to understand.
Because they know.
These people comes from a very close, tight-knit community. Everybody knows everybody. You understand? This is why they interview. If you watch the interview, the police interview with Ethan's best friend, he said there was people in that house continuously. There was always people.
So tell me how Ethan's best friend was in the home with a knife and never detained.
Oh, we talking about Hunter Johnson? I wasn't talking about him. I'm not talking about Hunter. It was another fellow. I'm not talking about Hunter. It was another fellow who said, I would not be surprised if this happened amongst someone we know. You got to understand that house was a trap house.
Yeah, I think it was like they were stash house or something, and they were.
It was a trap house.
Remember, the vents were all taken off and stuff. They were little.
Where is the evidence that they found pounds and pounds? Because a stash house has pounds. Where's the evidence they found pounds and pounds?
This is why it took 8 hours for them. This is why it took 8 hours. Well, in my case, I'm thinking it's 10 hours because the crime didn't happen at 4. It started at 1. After 1:30, So it took 10 hours. 10 hours is a lot of time to get rid of evidence. Take it out the
So
home.
basically, they
Put it
scrub
somewhere
this
else.
all. So they scrub this all to protect the cartel.
No, well, I
I'm
mean,
not saying cartel. I'm saying there are people. You got to understand there's levels to this. There's levels to the top. The cartel is at the top. Then you got the drug mule. Then you got the people that
Which is
sells
probably
on the
those
corner.
guys.
Again, the problem,
You're just
my
like-
mind just wanders off into trying to figure this out
Right.
is because we have this much
There's
evidence.
different. Yeah. There's different levels to this.
I'm
It
just
wasn't-
saying there's so many sealed files that we can't argue about and debate about and go back and forth about, because all this stuff we have about, look at the screen, we have about this much, there's this much still sealed that shows all the actual things that happened, the investigation, everything, which they don't want to come out. So all I'm trying to do on this live is just say the worst possible outcome to be prepared for it, because again, this university needs to continue to thrive and for that town to even.
That's why they're covering
function.
up. What do you mean?
And that's why again,
But that's what I'm saying. But
whether it was him or somebody of the frats or somebody of the fraternity or the sororities, either or, it's still going to bring heat down on a university. And then
we know that. That's a given. That's why we're saying everybody's protecting their own assets.
Everybody's in bed with each other over there, so that's why.
So then how can we?
We can't.
How can we stand here 100% and say Brian's going to be okay and justice is going to happen?
I never said that.
We didn't say that. Who said that? I didn't say that. Who said that?
This is the only thing I've been talking about.
No, you're all negative about it. I'm just saying
bro, listen. I didn't have it. Listen, this is why I didn't want to have a debate because nobody's right here. So okay, you guys are right.
But nobody's right or wrong. We're in the best position that we've ever been though with.
I'm a clown. I'm wrong.
Maybe you are.
Again, there's nothing I'm saying that's a fact.
We're just saying we have your
going by, like you said, is what the media is telling us, right?
No, fuck the media.
Everything's media. What do you mean, fuck the media? You can go look in the files all you want. You can go look in the files all you want. What happened to the other files they released? They're showing you what you want.
We are the media. What do you mean? We're the fucking YouTube is the mass media now.
We can't do shit about this.
Well, you don't have to. Brian is.
Look, all I'm saying is changing. It's changing. Now, the only thing, look, okay. I say this. When it comes to plea deals in cases like this, the courts really do not like reversing pleas. We know that.
What's up with that?
We know that he has a long road ahead of him. We know this. This is why. I'm a praying woman.
You don't understand. I actually knew the motherfucker. I knew the guy's. I knew the guy's mom. I want him to get out. I'm not happy. I'm not happy talking about this like this. I stated that right from the beginning. I'm not happy that this is reality. But this is reality. This is a lot of unfortunately, money makes people do bad things. There's a lot of evil in this world, and most of it is backed by money, which is just a construct, okay? Because before you had to barter, and it makes people do terrible things. Yeah. So as far as the actual names, these names, like you're saying, it's all the way up to the top. We're never going to know who was actually constructing all this and making this person do that, his lawyer go do this, and Cy Ray go on here, and Cy Ray go on there, and Hannity have the Steve G family on. All this is part of everything. It's part of it all.
Yeah. And I understand your frustration.
Also, I don't care what I watch, I understand,
Listen, look, I've been there, yo. Just like how you knew, just like how you knew his family, his mom, his sister. Like
I didn't know his sisters. I knew his mom.
I'm sorry, his mom. Like I've been forced into the criminal system. I have to spend.
I get it.
I have to spend my life saving.
You're the best. You're the best sister I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, thank you.
I wish you listened to that, because if something happened to me, my sister would be like, "Hey, probably did that shit." I swear to God, she'd be like, "I probably did that shit."
I get it. You got to understand. I remember I was on the phone and I was just screaming because you feel so helpless.
Yeah, listen, they didn't even let the man have a preliminary. They didn't even let Brian have a preliminary hearing.
No, they did not. But that's how the system works, because when it comes to the preliminaries, it's one-sided. It's not the defense. I'm sorry, that's the grand jury, where the defense can't even speak up and show their side of the evidence. Like the criminal system is very
Okay, but
one-sided.
yeah, but when you go to a grand jury, it's not public.
No, and it's not public. You absolutely right.
So
So
again, you
yeah,
have his lawyer advising him to waive, okay, his preliminary, to waive this, to waive that, and all of a sudden he's there taking a plea overnight.
mm-hmm.
Overnight. And
Yeah,
then we're gonna sit here and believe and trust in the system to give him a lawyer that's gonna do the right thing now. So fool me once, okay, and then fool me twice.
I get it.
What are we gonna do? Are we gonna sit here and get fooled 5 times?
I get it. I get it.
Pisses me off, you know?
So I do see a silver lining because when it comes to these cases, because him as a client, it is your lawyer's duty, fiduciary care, to make sure that you get the best representation. If there are any evidence that was withheld, because I saw Dr. Turvey interview this morning, and he did say that there was a lot of exculpatory evidence that was.
Yeah, but we know that. We've known that for years.
I know that, but again, he's writing to the court and saying, Brian Kohlberger is writing to the court and saying, "Hey, I did not have the right official counsel. I was given." And because of that, he does have a chance. That's the point I'm trying to make. He does have a chance.
I'm not saying he's 100%. I never say he doesn't have a chance. I'm just saying there's an outcome that if it happens, you understand how fast Charlie Kirk can go away, how fast this goes away, how fast that oh, look, that football game's on. Oh, look, this happened over here. Oh, look, coronavirus is fake. Oh, look, Fauci. Look over here. It's so fast for them to do something. And I understand you're seeing the tide turn and everything, and people are outraged about a lot of deaths. But there's nothing we ever do, Nikki, right? There's nothing we ever do because they have us so divided, whether it's race, whether it's religion, whether it's just any view, any view. You have to, instead of being like, oh, okay, that person has a view because they watch this or they look at that. It's all coming from outside. If we all didn't watch nothing, right? If we all didn't watch none of it, and we just looked at what we have so far, you really can't paint any picture. You know what I mean? Like we can say possibilities, maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that. But like you said, it goes to the top so high that who's ever dealing with this, they're going to decide if Brian gets to have his day in court, right? Do we agree there?
I agree. To a certain point.
Yeah. Again, if there wasn't $600 million a year involved in this case, like I'd be talking, okay, shit, he has a shot, and I was talking like that. But then when you take into account the fact that these 4 victims are never going to get justice ever, like as far as their deaths, whether it was how I think it happened, and the only reason I think it happened is because I'm watching what they tell us. And people draw their own conclusion, whether it's what I think, whether it's what you think, I don't care what anybody thinks. We're all just being fed stuff, reading the files, and we have all these files over here that we can't see. Everything over here, we can't incorporate into our knowledge right now into anything about this case. And that's what makes it so different than every other case, because you can at least access. Again, they were calling Wade Wilson in jail, writing them letters, all this. You couldn't get a hold of Brian. Has anybody in chat? Has anybody spoke to Brian?
His parents.
Huh?
His parents.
I know that. But the first time his parents ever were able to visit him is when he was signing the plea deal. So overnight, you have his attorney going from, Your Honor, Brian is innocent, to take this plea deal, Brian.
Yes, he was forced into that plea deal by his counsel.
And that's why I have the worry. That's all.
But that's the kicker. Again, this because of her doing that, because she forced him. Not only that, but she did not provide him all of the exculpatory evidence, because he said that there was a lot of things that he wasn't even aware. Well, that again, that may help him get a new trial. But you got to understand, stuff like this doesn't happen, overnight. It takes time for things to for the court system to work. It takes a lot of time, and
You're right, because they can do whatever they want. You're exactly correct.
And this is why you see the Innocent Project, where there's men who've been in prison for 20 something odd years. Matter of fact, my neighbor, his name is Cleveland Wright. Cleveland Wright, WRI.
To say who she was approached by.
Yeah, Cleveland Wright was my neighbor. He was found innocent through the Innocent Project, through his DNA. He spent 27 years behind bars. He was awarded $1.7 million.
That's what I mean. It's just like
so.
And
it does,
it's like, this process. Even if this takes 3, 4, 5 years for Brian to get out, we're talking about
maybe
8, 9 years.
Yeah.
He's already institutionalized.
Right.
At that point, your mind, when you get out, like, I was only in for like 3.5 weeks, you know what I mean? And I came out like, holy shit. Like, it was, once you get out of there, you're like, the world is so big, and coming out of there 20 years, 27 years after the fact, Brian's already fucked. This is what I'm trying to say is our system does not care about you or me or any of us here. You know what I mean?
I was forced into that system. I learned it firsthand.
Yeah,
absolutely. I agree. I agree. But but he did something that I've been praying for over a year, and I'm like, he's starting to fight back.
I know, and that's where my worry comes.
And that's something that Karen Reed did, and she won. That's something that I did, and we won.
Yeah.
Right. Because,
but like I said, we're not taking into account that she had
because I'm not. I don't have the hundreds and thousands of dollars in the bank. I'm a poor black woman. I'm a poor black woman that actually fought against the system.
Yeah, but that drive. Yes, you had the drive. You had the drive. Fuck the money. You had the drive. To get that kind of drive from an attorney, you need a lot of money, unless it's family, right?
Mm-hmm.
No attorney would have had the drive you had to get your own brother out of jail.
Because my brother attorney that I paid $20,000 for didn't do shit. I did all the work. I did all the work, but let me tell you about Brian Kohlberger that you're not mentioning. Is because that he's watching, because he does have access to an iPad of some sort or a computer. He's watching what's going on YouTube. He's watching the Free Kohlberger community. It's because of us fighting for him that he's starting to fight for himself. He's starting to say, fuck this shit. Fuck what my lawyer is telling me, because she's bullshitting me. The judge is bullshitting me. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start fighting for myself. And this is why I have faith that this plea will be overturned, because he is fighting for himself. And then
I'm just saying the steps to have to be taken for that outcome to happen is a hard path. It's a difficult path.
Yes, it will be a difficult path, but it will happen.
The most difficult, because again, Karen Reed never pled. Again, I'm not saying he pled guilty because he's guilty, but again, on paper he pled guilty. Karen Reed never pled guilty. So we have to take out that case and bring in Delphi. And even in Delphi, they convinced the jury that an unspent, but yet you want to talk about like a spiritual or whatever sick kind of voodoo shit they did to the girls and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Odin code. Yes. Mm-hmm. But I tell you what, the difference between Richard Allen and Brian Kohlberger, Brian Kohlberger's parents and sister. His parents and sister are very supportive. I think to me, I thought, and this is, again, I'm on the outside looking in, because again, the Kohlbergers family was going through the same thing, but I had to, because the lawyer told us the same thing. We cannot speak up for him. Do not go in the public and say that they're innocent. You are forced to keep your mouth shut. But what I say this, because his parents are, from what I've seen and heard online, that there are devout Catholics. Okay, am I right or wrong?
Well, I know where they went to church, and it's a Catholic church. So
right.
I don't know what they are now. I don't know what they are now.
Yeah, well, please, I'm telling you, when you go through something like
I
this,
get it. I mean,
really,
every parent would support their child in this case.
right.
Again, I'm just talking about reality, Nikki.
Okay,
That's
hold
all.
on. Let me finish my
You
thought
told me
before I lose
yourself you
it.
paid $20,000 to an attorney, did nothing.
Right. I, and this was the only reason why I told my brother that I was going to do what I was going to do, because I already know about the criminal system, and I was like, she's not going to do what you want her to do. I'm going to have to step up, and I said that early on. Like I think the third day with us knowing that he had 15 class 1 felonies, and I'm like, I'm going to have to step up and I'm going to do this shit. I knew it. I did it because I knew, because this is before you go to trial is the most important time to declare you're innocent and get all of this exculpatory evidence. The problem was in his case, even in my brother's case, we still didn't get a lot of the evidence. We didn't get the photos. We didn't get a lot of stuff that I requested. All right. But again, the difference
Right.
between BK's family by being devout Catholics and Rich and Allen's family, because they are standing 10 toes behind their son and brother, just like how I stood 10 toes behind my brother, my only brother, just like how BK is the only son and brother. So I get it. I get it. But I'm telling you, there is a lot of support that he has
I'm
within
not
his
saying there isn't.
family that Rich and Allen did not get in his family. And that's just on the outside looking in.
We just
It's
have to
a very
understand. We just have to understand that the world is big, okay. And as much as we think that like there's a lot of people that think I'm with you. There's an abnormal amount of support for a case this old, right? But if you look at the total numbers, we're this big. I'm just telling you the truth.
okay. So be it. But sometimes giants fall.
You're right, and
Do they
that's why I'm
not?
saying for him to get there, he's going to need
Yes.
somebody to actually want to help him and expose what's going
He
on.
needs
And
he needs
nobody has stepped forward in how many years?
you know what? I can't speak on what the future may hold. Eventually, something may change in the future. We don't know that right now because it's too early. He just requested a change in his plea. What? Not even a month ago, or has it been a month? It's too early. It's too
Listen.
soon.
I get it. I get it. But let
It
me
is
ask you a
too
question.
soon. But you gotta
If we all
understand,
wake up
stuff takes.
tomorrow, if we
Yeah.
all wake up tomorrow, they tell us, God forbid, Brian he couldn't handle the guilt anymore. He took his life. What are we all going to do?
That's not gonna happen.
Okay.
He's a devout Catholic. He doesn't believe in suicide. Like he knows that. But if that's the case, then you will see innocent people killing themselves in prison every day,
The
all
point is,
day.
he
But
wouldn't have
that
killed
doesn't
himself.
happen. A lot of people.
The point is he wouldn't have killed himself, just like a lot of other people didn't kill themselves. Okay, but when him gone, all this goes away, and that's my worry. So that's why I'm worrying,
Oh,
because
that's.
I
I
don't
mean,
want his parents, I don't want
but
his
don't.
mother to go
But
through the
don't
heartache
worry
of
over
her losing her
something
son.
that. But we can't worry about that right now. He's fighting. The words that he's to have. The words from his reversal of his plea. It sounds like a man who is willing to step up and fight for his life. That's what I saw and heard. Fuck this. Well, he's going to do this. And F
Listen,
that.
all we can do,
That.
all
F
we can do,
that. We
all
need
we
to.
can really
We need
do, all we
right.
can really do is just pray to God that, like, he's
Yeah.
protected in there,
Yeah.
and
We can't.
you know,
We can't go forward with this process. But just like with my brother's case, my brother was like, oh, they're gonna drop the charges. And I was like, no, they won't. I'm like, this case is gonna take. I'm like, this is gonna take a little bit of time. Just like in BK's case, this is gonna take a little bit of time. But it doesn't help when the first thing you want to do is think of all the
it's not the
negative
first thing you
shit.
want to do, because you haven't watched all my lives then. So you're saying, oh, I was here 2 years ago. You would understand what got me to this point and why I'm terrified for Brian.
Well,
Like,
ever since.
you're
Well,
like coming at
ever
me
since.
this.
Listen.
Well, we're on the same page here, but you're not.
Uh, no,
You watch too many things.
No, but check this out. But ever
You're
since,
telling me there's things carved in people's heads. There's blood across the street
well,
that belongs to Xana. There's all this stuff that that hasn't been confirmed, and that's influencing you to think this and this and this. So we're both
I
guilty.
say this. I say this. Ever since my brother's case, I took my ass back to school, and now in 2 years, I'm working on my second degree. And then next year, I'm about to get my master's in criminal justice.
Well, shit, you
So,
should go. You should hit up Brian and be like, "Yo, let me represent you."
Yeah.
oh, I would do it. You don't think I won't?
That's
Shit.
what I mean. Has anybody talked to
I'll
Brian?
do
Has
it.
anybody sent a letter, text him? You said he's on a laptop or a tablet. Can anybody
Yes.
get in contact with him just all day like everybody else can? In jail, in prison?
Well, would
Wade
you?
Wilson's on camera. They're playing his face all over the media after he.
Wait a minute, come on,
right
Wade
after he gets-
Wilson. You mean the serial killer down in
And we're
Florida?
gonna believe, Brian's not allowed to see anybody because this case is different and da da da. Bullshit. It's all
Who
by
said that?
design.
Who said
I'm not
that?
saying you said anything. I'm talking about what the media says.
Well, you know the media lies about a lot of things too, Brody.
But this is the problem. This is the problem. Everything Sean Hannity's media, and you're talking to me about Sean Hannity and Steve. I don't care.
Well, I just said that I'm reading the comments from this show and people not believing their bullshit anymore. That was my point.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, YouTube. We think that we think that this is this, but these amount of people who believe
YouTube
he's
is
guilty.
worldwide.
And when you put 12
It's
people,
global.
Huh?
I said YouTube is global.
But Candace is on here.
okay.
Them Dylan's on here. Big reach.
Yeah, YouTube is good. The majority of Joe Rogan's money is YouTube. Candace Owens' money is YouTube. YouTube is bigger than what you think it is.
go look.
It's-
Okay.
it is a huge
When he retracted his plea, right?
Yeah.
Go look at every channel that broadcasted it and go watch and go read those comments.
I did.
Yeah. What happened?
Everybody wants a new trial, babe.
Everybody
Wants a new trial.
Keep them in there. Keep them in there. That's what.
Yeah,
they
But
got
let
everybody.
me tell you, there's more people asking for a new trial than people saying
Steve
keeping them
wants
in
a new
there.
trial. The Gonzalez want a trial.
And that's what I'm telling you. It is changing, Willie. I mean, you don't have to believe me. That's okay.
There's nothing. I believe you. I believe you.
No, but I'm just saying that he does have, because I've seen a lot of cases. A lot of times when you see people who were people who was convicted, mind you, he wasn't convicted.
Yeah, he pled guilty.
Correct.
You're right.
And a lot of times it's the people who was convicted have a harder time of turning over their
I'm not arguing with you that Brian's fighting here. I'm not arguing with you about.
Right?
Actually, I'm not arguing with you about anything. Whatever your opinion is your opinion. All I'm saying is right now, Brian's life is at danger more than ever, because right now he said, "Screw you guys and your plea that you got me to agree to, my lawyers to agree to, this person to agree to, you paying off all these people, and now I'm gonna come at you." So all I'm saying is Brian needs a well-named attorney to be backing his innocence right now.
He needs
that's what
several things. He needs prayers. He needs some Hail Marys. He needs people like us.
In reality, he needs an attorney.
Right, and he needs
Not a
people
state
like
attorney.
us. He needs people like us that will continue to fight for him. The people
But
like
I said,
us.
we can sit here and say Brian's innocent, which he is innocent. Brian's innocent. Like I've never said Brian. I said Brian did not do this crime. So like, that hasn't changed.
Let me bring something to your attention.
Okay,
right? Let's go back to the Karen Reed case. Do you know what actually put her case on the map? Who was it? Who was the guy that talked about this case? Huh?
Turtle Boy.
Correct. And Turtle Boy was a what? A YouTube content. Content creator.
And what's happening to him right now?
Well, yeah, he is going through some issues, but you got to understand that was.
There are huge channels that talk about this case every day.
Yeah.
Why aren't they on the media?
I mean, we are media.
Why would the media just think about that? Why would the media pluck Turtle Boy, bring him up, and now look where he's at? And then they're going to pluck somebody else that's going to go up and speak for Brian now? Like, where's that been?
We are doing it. Everybody. Well, I can say everybody. We have Truth and Transparency. We have you. We have Jay Ombre.
What's up, Alicia?
You have Dr. Turvey.
What was Jeff's name? Hold on one second, Jeff.
Yeah.
I kicked Jeff because Jeff's neither like guilty nor innocent, nor Jeff just likes to cause chaos. Whether
Jeff
you're on-
likes to go from podcast to podcast so he can flirt with.
but he's in here under like an alt name. I'm trying to figure out what the name is so I can
get him out. Yeah, that's all he does. He's just a simp. He's not really. He just wants something.
a lot of problems. See, that's a problem. Like if you get somebody on,
yeah,
right, that is backing,
yeah,
Brian, then
yeah,
they spin it into all this shit, and then that person all of a sudden is in legal trouble.
yeah. But you know what? But Turtle Boy knew that.
Okay.
He knew that, and he's fighting back, and he's fighting back, isn't he not fighting back?
Sure, he didn't do anything wrong in the first place.
Right, but that's what happens. But you gotta understand, that's what happens. That sometimes you don't need to do anything wrong, but to exist. Sometimes you don't have to do anything wrong, but to just be black and live, or just white, or Hispanic, or Asian. A lot of times you don't have to be doing nothing wrong. And in a lot of people's eyes,
they don't care what color we are.
What Turtle Boy did was speak up for someone who was innocent, someone he felt was innocent, and at that time did not have a lot of eyes on their case.
I would have believed.
And a lot of times, this is what we have to do. You got to understand, bro. Like, especially being black and poor.
Understand what? Hold on. Instead of going back and forth about basically nothing, tell me what I have to know, bro.
Who you asking?
You just said you gotta know this, bro. Like, well, what do I have to know? What am I not getting?
No, I'm just saying what you're not getting is that a lot of times people do accept the fight, and that fight's going to be a hard fight.
I get it. Everybody wants to fight for their freedom. I'm just telling you, there's $600 million a year involved here with him being in jail. That's all. And if we're just going to glaze past that and say, oh, other cases this, other cases that, other cases this is completely different. I'm sorry. This is on a different level. This is be careful level. This is all I'm trying to say. And you're just like, he's going to fight it. He sent a letter in. He'll get an attorney eventually.
Get that. But that's the thing. We know that. He knows that. His family knows that.
Great. So people have never just something happened to them. They don't have any families.
Yeah, we gotta fight the system. Just like again, how many wars? Not even the people that are in. How many wars? How many wars that started?
Hold on. Let me see for a second. All those names in the files, right? All the names that are in the files that they gave us order of. All those victims don't have any family.
I don't see your point.
You know, and we don't see anybody being able to come out on a broadcast and say, my daughter, my son was taken here and done this and this and this and this and this and this. So with this much money involved, they're not going to allow anybody to go up there and say, Brian, there's been no segment, even since he was just arrested, not just took the plea deal. There's been no segment that I've viewed when I was watching all the channels that have even tried to have a debate on how Brian can be innocent. Now, if you watch Myers, the lawyer Myers and all the channels that have branched off of it, yes, that's one thing. But I'm talking about all the outlets that were talking about the Karen Reed case in a different light, how she could be innocent, how this could be a cover up, all this stuff. They didn't talk about that at all with this case. That's all I'm saying. None of it. So this is, to me, this in the Karen Reed case is night and day. She had $1 million of paid lawyers, millions of dollars. Brian now just got
she's a white woman.
It's different. The best public defender in the country, everybody thought at one point. That's what everybody was telling me. And she turned around and said, yep, take this plea. Now he took that plea.
Again, she's a white female that was going up against the
system. All right, so why is it all race?
What's up with the race? Because the court system is a racial biased system.
Yeah, it's a very fucking racial.
It's a class bias.
So Van Taylor was
it's a gender bias. Do you not know that?
Okay.
It's literally how it's not changed. That's the one thing that's not changed.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the bottom line is this is not new news. Everything we're saying is not new. Like,
It had nothing to do with the kind of case this is. It had to do with because she was a chick and a white chick. You're right. You guys are right.
Yes.
no, but like,
You guys are right.
this has always been about money. So what's the difference now?
Yeah. Come on now.
Just trying to be positive. The only thing that's changed is the right period.
Listen, Clyde, and the reason why I said that is, hold on, let me check this out. The reason why I said it is because I went down this rabbit hole when my brother, doing his case, and I started looking up all these different court cases and all these different laws and all these people that were being falsely accused. 75% of people who are falsely accused on sexual assaults on things that they did not do were 75% white males. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back. The majority of people who are being falsely accused in SA cases are white male.
Yeah.
75%.
Look at Duke University.
Perfect example.
Yeah, like that
was perfect example where
crazy.
I actually got the book on that case. Where's that book at? I got the book on that case. That case was wild.
That was the craziest.
And that was what 15 years ago.
That was a learning lesson, dude. I don't even know.
They've done such a good job. They've done such a good job.
Innocent. Yeah, the name of the book is called Innocent.
No, hold on a second. They have done. I just want to tell you, they've done such a good job. It's insane.
On what?
Good job on what?
It's insane. No, nothing. I'm just telling you right now. They've done a great job. You have to understand, they don't give a shit about what race we are. It's us, and then there's them. That's it. That's it.
Hold on. So
there's every color up here. There's every color up here. There's
well,
every color
again,
up here. They don't give a shit what color we are.
Well, when you poor, yeah, they care.
Class. I just said we're all down here. Let's talk about class, not race. We're all shades of wheat, right? Look at the chart of wheat. Look at the chart of wheat. It goes from white as hell to black as hell. We're all shades of wheat, right?
Listen,
we're all shades of wheat. That's a fact.
My grandmother could have passed for white. I know. I already know.
We're all just different shades of something that grows in the ground.
And I loved her dearly. You could not tell me.
Yeah, we know that. We're awake and aware to that.
But the point that I was trying to make is this: in that Duke University case, the book called "Till Proven Innocent," Nancy Disgrace was all over the news and talking about these white boys come from good, wealthy family. They got money. They got money.
But that's their job. Their job is to talk about it being. But that's their job. Their job is to talk about it being racial related or religion related or hate this person. Hate this person that's across the country that has nothing to do with your daily living. Like they've done such a great job with that. Look at us. We're arguing about it. We're arguing about what they've done to us. That's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. I'm Greek. I don't give a fuck what any color is. When I went to jail, they were like, "You gotta hang out with the white." Fuck you. I hung out with everybody. Everybody. I hung out with the gays. I hung out with the blacks. I hung out with the Hispanics. I hung out with the Brotherhood. Whatever. I cared about who the person was. Yeah, if the person was an asshole, I stayed away from them. So when you understand that the race is just them trying to divide us.
We know that, but the system's not caught up yet.
Well, I say this when I lived in Chicago.
That's what the system wants.
I know we know that it's mostly a class issue, but I know when I lived in Chicago 20 years ago, I had my white friends and I had my black friends, and we did not and they did not intermingle.
Really?
Because Chicago was big. Yes, I lived two separate lives.
Like I said, we found the passport. I
had my white friend
in the rubble, right?
And then my black friend.
Okay, let's talk about race. Let's talk about the history of race in this country.
Yeah.
Do you know they bombed Philadelphia? Do you know our own government bombed Philadelphia?
No shit.
Yeah, back in the that was back in the 70s.
No,
okay. Okay, so then there you go. Then they pull a passport out of the rubble. Oh, look, an extremist Muslim. Now everybody hates Muslims. And then this race, and that race, and all of a sudden everybody hates each other. But yet, who hates each other? It's the governments that hate each other. Because if you actually get people together and we all just talk and
everybody
say,
meet Willie. This is Willie. He just.
How was your day? What's your interest? This, that, and the third. We don't get along. So our system, the system is not made for us to ever unite. It's never going to happen.
I agree with you.
Sad.
And that's my point when it comes to how our criminal system and our family system are
They want
biased.
us in, they want us in jail. You understand?
It's
We have
biased,
like,
period.
our population's like down here as far as like world population. But if you look at number of prisoners per capita, it's the only category we lead in. The only category we lead in the world is number of prisoners per capita. That's it. So yeah, the justice system, right? The justice system is the criminal system. They don't want you. Like
We
once
know
they got you,
that.
they got you.
Yeah, I already know that.
We know.
I know
that.
exactly.
I know
You should
that
know more than
firsthand.
anybody. You should know more than anybody.
Because the majority of the prison system are black and brown people.
That's what I'm saying, Holes. If they
And
cared
then,
about this
yeah.
case, they would have not given. But here's my question to you guys: why is it that they'll go to this? I mean, because we all agreed that it's to protect the university. Why is it that they'll go to the lengths to protect the University of Idaho like this, but yet where Brian went, they're just like, fuck it, tell them the murderer went there. What's up with that?
Wait a minute.
Why now? What kind of deal do you think that university made with this university to be like, okay, well, they're probably going to sue you in the future, and you have to pay
the Washington University versus Idaho.
Yeah, I'm sure if I haven't researched that. If I looked up how much Washington makes, I'm sure it's significantly less than fucking Idaho.
Neither one's gonna let the other one fail because they work in tandem together. So
I'm just saying, it's wild to me that they remember they knocked down the crime scene. They got rid of this. They got rid of that. I mean, how come neighbors haven't like come out and made like a channel and been like, hey, I lived over here. I lived over here. I have all the footage to show you guys. Because they were all approached. They were all approached.
Yeah, there was actually one neighbor that came out and said, hey, this is the reason why I came to you. Because one of the neighbors was like, I saw the door open for 2 hours straight. I saw this door open for 2 hours.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, thank you, lady. Like I said, we're all on the same page here. Like, I want Brian out. You said you watched my last live. If Brian gets out, I'm throwing the biggest fucking party on Lake Army.
I did.
Everybody's coming. All I'm saying is there's so much money. Hold on. Take out Delphi, take out Karen Reed, and like I said, I know you fought for your brother, but there's not a $2.4 million. There's not 2.4 million reasons to keep any of them in there like there is Brian right now. So you have Brian here, and you have all these people here wanting to keep him in there. So he has a hell of a battle, and what the first thing he needs is a paid legal counsel that cares about him. That's his only shot. Can we agree?
He has one. I don't know who the name of the person is though.
No, it's another public defender, man.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Pellet one? Oh, geez. Why?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they have
to. I want him out too.
I can't.
I'll party till the next sun comes up. But like,
but you gotta understand.
America, where we're free.
There's a reason why his family is not putting up the money to get an expensive lawyer because that's what he needs.
Yeah, they don't have it. Everybody's struggling right now. If you look around. People are. I go to the pump sometimes.
I know.
$5, $10. People are putting in. It's rough.
According to fucking Hitler, he made about $200,000. By being quote unquote famous.
Hitler's another one. Hitler's just part of the same God that like Hitler's going to do everything he can to prolong this into somebody else's hands, just like Judge. Let's get it out of here, Judge, because you're too fair. And then they give it to Hitler, who's a complete dick. And we're all like, well, that didn't work out like we thought. It's just the whole thing is a show. And it's just to keep Brian in there so they can keep continuing to get him. I'd rather have them figure out who did this, burn the university to the ground if you need to find out who did this.
So what makes you think that they don't know who did it?
I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying, but that's the thing.
They do now.
They have 4, maybe 5 blood DNA samples that they have. You're telling me they ran and were just like, let's go with Brian.
No, they know.
So obviously
they actually found the weapons. They actually had a guy who died in the hospital 2 days after the incident.
They killed the other one.
Yeah, they know, sir.
It's just a coincidence. It's a coincidence when Brian. It's a coincidence, right? When Brian leaves, as soon as he leaves Washington, they shoot fucking Kopaka, and we see the body cam that looks like a goddamn training video.
Exactly.
I mean, there's crossfire in a hallway, and they have the neighbor in the home making coffee.
They got rid of anybody
Take a seat, guys. He has an AR over there. Oh, no problem. I'll make you guys. You guys want some scrambled eggs too? You know what I mean? So they went through. All I'm saying is they went through so much to cover this up that I'm just saying if it happens, I don't want it to happen, but if it happens, okay, we need to understand that we got to. we got to try to do something. We're probably not gonna be able to do anything, but we're gonna have to try to do something. You know, because I mean, that's all they do. They just keep killing people off, and they're like, "Oh, they committed suicide. Oh, they took too many drugs, or they did this, they did that."
Sir,
Whatever.
this attitude's not helping anything. Okay, just letting you know.
Who's?
Just saying, your attitude's not helping anything today.
Again, my attitude's not here to comfort you.
Okay,
I'm not here to comfort you with some
I'm
bullshit.
just saying.
You want to be comforted? Go watch
I'll
something.
try again tomorrow.
Go watch somebody else. Like, yeah, Brian's going. Yeah,
Try again tomorrow.
yeah. Fuck that. I'm not here for the views. I'm not here for the money. I'm not here for none of it. This might be my last live. I don't give a shit.
It's not your last live.
I don't care. What do you think it's not my? What do you think I care? Look at me.
Listen,
Jeez.
Willie, I say this. I do appreciate your passion. You're very passionate, and I appreciate that. But we need more.
I just don't like anybody feeling like I don't care about. I don't want Brian out. When literally, I've tried to. I brought his friends on here. I had a telephone communication with. Never mind. You know, I've done what I could, but I can't. And like I said, I haven't been approached by anybody. Steve G didn't pay me. Nobody came to me or anything. I'm just coming to the reality of the position Brian's in and everything that's against him. It's not just.
Yeah.
You know, they have no evidence on him. Nothing.
No, they don't.
It should be illegal what they're doing right now.
Yes, it is.
It is illegal.
It is illegal.
Touch DNA.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we already know.
I was talking about this earlier. Can we? Do you guys agree, right, that these fucking flock cameras existed at least 5 years ago?
Of course.
Yes. Longer.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. But yet, when it comes down to them trying to figure out where Brian is, all they can do is a ping. They have no cameras anywhere, right? In the end of 2002, beginning of 2003, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, when the murders happened, was it 2001, 2002?
22.
22. So shit, we're talking like 3 years and change, and they had no cameras anywhere in that town, in a university town. They had no cameras anywhere to pick up Brian's.
We know that they had cameras. We know that they tried to probably just, got rid of the evidence. We know that. That's not a secret, but this is what they do.
Just saying,
this is what the university
they're going through all this to not just solve the case.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously these people have something to do with universities, frats, sororities, one or the other. You know, I don't know. I mean, they were all into something.
Yeah.
So there's a reason to protect
something.
whoever did this for, like you said, they have the names. If they have the names, why is Brian the only one in jail? Prison, wherever the hell he is now.
The other ones are dead. That's why.
So there you go. The only outcome of this case is Brian getting out and the case going cold.
Yeah, there's some still people like, but you got to understand too. A lot of people. It's not.
Nobody in that town cares.
Hold on. It's not just a couple of people. It's a whole slew of people that gotta shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You understand? Because the house was cleaned up. Who did that?
Right.
You understand? Like, a lot of people know what happened. Because mind you, students knew what was going on before they even called the police.
Yeah, definitely.
Because at first they said because I mean they knew it was early at 8 a.m.
The police
so they knew
were
that.
there. The police were there when they called the police. You understand?
I'm so sorry. I had a call coming in.
That's okay. The police were there when they called the police.
A lot of people have to shoot themselves in the foot just because, and they're not willing to do that.
Call it in. Call it in just to have the call on file. And the whole time they're on the phone. Oh, our friend's passed out, or she's this. We're hearing police chatter in the background.
No, I can't hear.
Can't hear?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
I'm here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, she says you got a call.
She's probably getting a call, yeah.
Oh. But yeah, like I said, we're on the same page here. This is what I mean. This is my whole point. This is my whole point here. This is what they do. They try. Well, we're on the same side, and we're arguing about nothing. So the other side that we look at, like, oh, you guys are dicks for thinking he's guilty. We just have to understand that they're a product of MSM. They're watching MSM tell them what to think.
No shit.
It's not their actual thoughts, because they can't have an actual thought.
No, we're not allowed.
So, you know, we spend so much time. Like I said, Jeff is a completely different animal, right? Like I can't even have a conversation with Jeff. You know, and people who think Brian's guilty can't even have a conversation with Jeff. That's completely different. I'm talking about people who just are like, Oh yeah, I heard about that case. Yeah, he did it. And then we're
Hello?
like, he didn't do it. He did. We have this. They don't know that stuff. They don't, they're not invested like we are. So that's why it's crazy how MSM could just convince you that he was a cannibal, that he was a stalker, that he was weird, all this stuff that they came out with that they were saying, and everybody just yum 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 yum. I don't know.
I know.
I hope to God that he gets a paid attorney. Is Twiz here? Where's Twiz?
Twiz has been here for what, dude? I've been telling you, texting you. Twiz is trying to get your attention.
What's up, Twiz?
Oh, he's been here for a while. Tell him to come up.
Nikki, you might have to drop down and come back. Yo, Twiz, you want to come up, bro? Twiz was actually at the trial.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Twiz is actually there. So, like I said, I wouldn't even believe, to be honest, if Twiz wasn't there and like came up and like talked about, seeing everything happen, I wouldn't even believe that the goddamn what we were watching was real. I don't know. I don't know what's real anymore.
Bethany crying, or Dylan crying and shit. That was so fucked
Like I said, I could be fake right now. You could be looking at a fake me. You have no idea.
Are you? Is it
My phone could start glitching. You guys would be like, "Is that Willie?" Yeah. Like, I'm telling you, that's our world right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if you saw, like, did you see the video of Jim Carrey in Paris?
When? Where? No.
Yeah, Jim Carrey went to Paris to get this award. Look,
oh yeah, that
like
one.
him.
Oh yeah,
Dude had different colored eyes, no eyelashes.
That dude
like,
was trying. That was a dude trying to act like Jim Carrey. He was a dude.
But they put on a show like it was Jim. You see what I mean? So they can put on whatever they want to us.
He would never go get a. He hates his awards. He would never go do that. He hates that shit.
Yeah. Check your Venmo. Oh shit. Sorry, Leslie. It doesn't come up here because I'm on the phone. Hold on a second.
Oh.
Leslie's the best.
How come I don't see Jeff in the chat? I don't know what his name is under. I like Jeff. Sometimes. But man, he gets you guys going. Twiz, come up. I don't know what Twiz has to say.
Leslie, thank you so much. Leslie sent $10 on Venmo and said, go get some ice cream with the little one.
Oh.
And then I don't know if Sleuthie heard me. Sleuthie became a member. I hope she's still here. Thank you so much, Leslie. As soon as I get off here, I'll take Leah to go get some ice cream. I was going to take her anyway, but yeah, it's hot out here. It's humid. There's a lot of rain. How's it looking by you?
It's hot. I might go in the pool.
Listen, dude. Don't come up here and be like, yo, he's an ass today. He's a dick today. He's this today. I've been literally telling you what's up. It's just this case is the same as what me and you've been talking. It just plays right into.
I know.
600 million a year, Krista. I would be terrified if I was Brian. Like, Jesus Christ. We're gonna fucking kill me. Like, I have so many weapons in there. I would know when they were changing the guards, if there was a new guard, all kinds of shit. I would be terrified.
I mean, he's smart, and I just.
And that's why I'm curious if anybody has wrote him a letter and he wrote back.
Right.
Like, are they even letting him get his mail?
Dude, who knows? That is crazy though that we can hear. We could go like the prison phone calls, and you hear everybody else's phone calls, but how come Brian? We don't hear his phone calls. Why his not get released?
Well, that's why I brought up Wade Wilson.
So weird.
Wade Wilson's on camera. He was on a call. They had channels talking about his jail calls and everything. And Brian's in there just like, you can't say your family, you can't get letters or calls.
He talks to his mom.
Until you take a plea. And then if you take a plea, we'll bring your family out here. Like, what the fuck? So again, whoever scared Brian into taking this plea, scared Ann enough too to turn on him and be like,
yeah,
all right, I'm out. You know what I mean? So I know we all want to hate Ann and shit like that, but I don't know who Ann was approached by, if they threatened whoever. Like, again, this is a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yeah,
and you can say, oh, Willie, you're a conspiracy theorist. Really? Look around. Look around that jail cell and tell me every one of those guys actually died how they did. Get the fuck out of here. Especially Isaac Cappy. Do you know who that is? Did you look into him yet or no?
Yes.
Yeah. That is the most blatant. That is the most and YouTube scrubbed it. Like if you type anything other than his name,
I know.
Right? Then YouTube will bring up Isaac Cappy, like if you put Isaac Cappy Tom Hanks or Isaac Cappy Jim Carrey. It'll bring up Jim Carrey or Isaac Cappy reaction. It'll bring up reaction video. Like it'll do anything to avoid Isaac Cappy because he fucked up, right, with the Illuminati, and then he came on and he was like, "Yo, listen, I fucked up," and then he told like truth about Spielberg, about Seth Green, all those all the sickos that we know, and then like a day or two later they have him on a dash cam looking dead on a bridge.
Yeah.
And then an hour later they say he jumped off the bridge. Yeah. So that's what I mean. They could take out any of us. Any of us. It's just a fact. Like they could take out any of us, and it's scary as shit. So to be in Brian's position, he needs somebody to just be like, "This kid's in a tight spot. I don't need the money. I'm gonna care about this and take it on." I know.
That's why I wonder, like, if there is lawyers that go in there and then they see something that, like, oh, he's guilty for sure, but like, I don't know, something's weird. Like, why wouldn't people take it? I would think a lot of people would try, and then like maybe they get down to like the case and they're like, oh, this isn't good. I don't know.
But that's the thing. But that's the thing. If these people feel like they're in danger taking this case, again, everybody has a family.
Or
everybody has somebody they care about.
Yeah.
And then I'm just telling I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. Somebody could,
I mean, he waited a lot. Like Brian waited
That's
a lot.
Right. Thank you, Twiz. People would cheat for $20. They would cheat to control the world. They control everything. Everything. Let's get off this case for the last rant that I have here because my phone's dying. They control everything. They control how we feel about one another because of who we voted for. I'm done voting. I am never voting again.
Never again.
Trust me. I'm never voting again. This is the first time I voted and the last time I voted because it doesn't matter. You can have Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, Johnny, Kermit, put whoever you want in there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because they don't control shit. Every country has a government, and like we were talking, that's why I put Bob Marley on the wall in the thumbnail. Because what did Bob Marley say? We talked about it the other day. All governments are illegal. All governments are illegal.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, I just saw that again.
Think about it. At least here in the U.S., I know a lot of people here aren't in the U.S., but we work, and I don't care who's president because we're still going to pay taxes. We work 40 hours, 80 hours a week, whatever you want to work. I don't care what you work. And we pay back between 46, I pay 6% tax here, 46%, because you're going to spend your money on stuff and you still got to pay tax. So 46, 49%, so say half our money. We pay half our money back, right? Then we got to pay for electricity, which is, like you said, we got to pay for electricity, which is free.
Yeah, everything's free.
To produce electricity,
it's free.
Cost nickels.
Yeah.
And we're all here paying it. We pay for water that runs under the ground.
Wi-Fi.
We pay for water that runs under the ground. We pay for fruit and vegetables that grow on trees and in the ground. We pay for animals that are fucked. Like, I don't know if you've gotten ground meat lately. Do not eat any ground meat.
I don't eat meat, babe.
Yeah, do not eat this red meat that they're putting out in all these supermarkets. It's completely different than like the old red meat. So they're poisoning us. They're poisoning us. And then we want to sit there and be like, our government cares about us because we're going to vote for these guys because that guy's going to make the decision. Yeah, we're fucked. Either way. Sorry to burst everybody's bubble and give you the truth of it all, but we're all fucked anyway.
Okay.
Just enjoy your day. Enjoy breathing. Enjoy.
We're on the most benevolent timeline available.
That's why, like, everybody's always like, "Willie, are you all right?" I haven't seen. I'm fine. I'm living. I haven't watched the news. And probably I haven't watched any news in 2 weeks, and I feel fantastic. I don't care about this. I don't care about this anymore. I don't care about sports. I don't care about news. Nothing. I care about enjoying what I have.
You have been.
You know what I mean? And the best way to do that, I'm going to teach everybody. If you just had enough of fucking everything, and you're just like, all right,
put your phone away.
I gotta take a step back because there's so much. I'm getting so much from the freaking phone or computer or whatever, the TV and everything you're on. You just need to take a step back and go for a walk without your phone. Go for a walk without your phone. And then come back, turn it on power saving mode, have 4 or 8 apps that you know, maybe open some YouTube, watch maybe a video here and there, but stay off everything else. Stay off everything else, and you'll see the bigger picture of everything. You'll see how everybody's opinions are just
What was the rule?
are just from what we see.
Off at 9 o'clock.
You know, like, oh, AI just came out. Okay, sure. AI just came, and now we can all use it. Now we can all use it, and then people like tell it like it's life secrets and shit, and we're like, oh, how do they know that we like this and this, and to send us these ads and these ads? They got us all.
Black Mirror fucks me up. I love it, but it fucks me up so bad.
You don't have a phone either? Yeah, but still, when you log into YouTube, you got to give them access to an email, and then that email has access to your phone. That phone knows everything about you. It's just, it doesn't matter what you try to do. It doesn't matter what you try to do.
Something popped up, an ad that we were talking about, and I fucking popped up. And I was like, holy shit, we were just talking about this yesterday.
Yeah, and I told you we were talking about Avatar
so
one day.
Weird.
Yeah, we were talking about Avatar, and we hung up, and Avatar comes up for me to buy or rent.
As you said, dude, I gotta look and see what it was. I can't remember.
So again, they got all of us. They got all of us. My advice to everybody, take it or not, I don't care. Just be nice to one another. Who cares what people's views are? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares if you know? I don't know, man. They're just like, oh, that country's bad. This country's bad. Hate that country. Hate that country. Why? Nobody's bombed us since Pearl Harbor, but yet we bomb everybody else, and then they're like, yeah, well, they did this, and they might have had this, and they possibly had that, but yet we're over there in Iraq, and then over here, and then we're over there, and we're over here now, and we're just like, yeah, we're the good guys. We're the good guys, guys.
We're fucking villains, dude.
We're the good guys.
To steal other people.
But like like Americans that watch Fox or watch CNN, they don't care about you.
The liars.
As long as they have you. And they're like, hate these people, hate that kind of people, but hate this race, hate that race.
It's so fake. Racist.
It's all fake. It's all fake. All of it. This is fucking fake. This is fake. I'm just saying, you guys are going to get off here and do whatever you want to do with your lives. I'm just telling you, be careful out there, because we're getting to a time now where they're getting a real grasp on us with face identification, with flock cameras, with AI, with I mean I could keep going and going and going and going, and we just sit here and take it because we're so fucking divided that we can't all be like, yo, something's going on, because there's so many that are like just doing it. They're just in it right now. You know what I mean? Like, we're all here having a conversation and shit. Most people are out just in it. Mm-hmm. Once you get out of it, you can see how crooked it all is. Mm-hmm. All of it. It's beyond 9/11. It's beyond whatever the hell you want to bring up. It's beyond all that. It's all, again, television and radio was called what back in the day, Krista?
I don't know. What was called?
Tune into your daily
program.
Oh
yeah.
Programming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Programming. They called TV and radio programming. They told us.
I know.
And here we are with smartphones now, where we can just get news the minute it happens. We see this, we tell everybody, oh, we saw this, and we figure out it's not even real, or don't even know it's not real. And then we let that affect how we react to people in public, or react to somebody on here, or react to anybody. Just understand that they want us all against each other.
I know.
You know, and if I sound crazy, then
you don't lie.
Then you're down here on a ladder. You know, because most people get it. It's just it's deeper than we can even imagine. Miss Potts here?
Yeah, she's been here. I told you Annie was here.
Oh, fucking Miss Potts! What's up with me? Where is she?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm pissed now.
It's there.
What, was she talking shit?
No, she's saying hi to everybody.
I love it, Mr. Potts talk shit.
I know.
But yeah, so I'm just saying it's. Again, there's a lot of money involved here. If something happens, you know, it's
I hope so.
Like I said, as far as like the time period of this case, now is a time where like he has to be as careful as he can, because just like that, something can happen, and then we're all just told whatever, and then we're just like, okay, well, not us, but everybody. Oh wow, he was guilty with what he did. He couldn't take it in his heart what he did. He wanted out the easy way. That's what the MSM would come out and say.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. they're so fucking. I still just can't believe, with all the evidence that or the stuff that's out there, that the Gonzalez are still trying to say, like, all this crazy shit that's like not even true. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah, school
it's
too.
wild.
School
Yeah.
too. School.
horrible.
They just kind of breed you to, you know, like go into college,
They
get
give you
in debt,
fluoride.
come out, not be able to find a job like
Right.
most of these kids today.
Make it
Right?
look like the American dream so easy, so attainable, and then by the time they're done school, it's like, no, it's not
Especially
even like
today, we're like your job could be taken by the time you're in your sophomore year, and then what do?
I know.
That passion you had your whole life to do something has been taken over by AI or robots. What do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, I'm just glad that I'm only 33 and I can see this all. Because I mean, I saw most of it,
And
but
I'm
I
only
didn't see this portion here. Like this portion has been just
Yeah.
kind of behind the cloud. And once that cloud lifts and you see what they actually make us do
I
to
know.
hate one another, it's
No,
insane.
they try, and they still
You know,
try.
I mean, look at me. When somebody comes on here and they're like, "Go Auburn," I'm like, "Fuck you, fuck Auburn fans," yada yada yada. I shouldn't be doing that.
Roll with
There's-
that. I know.
A team is gonna make me do that, like make me act like that towards somebody else, you know. So I'm just enjoying. Like I told you, all I've been doing is going out with my daughter, enjoying the summer, and then showing her good good movies. Like I told you, we watched Jeepers. Now listen.
Why did you show Jeepers Creepers, for fuck's sake?
Dude, we watched School of Rock.
I know it, like,
Listen. School of Rock, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective,
I
Ace
didn't know
Ventura,
you were
Nature
watching
Calls,
with her when you said
all
that.
this shit, right? We watched all these great Small Soldiers, but we watched Jeepers Creepers too. And then the other day she's like telling me, she's like, "Hey, you know what my favorite movie of everything we watched is?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Jeepers Creepers 2." She's like, she wasn't scared. She slept fine through the night. Woke up. I was like, "You all right?" She's like, "Yeah, why?" I was growing up like scared because listen, if I was in a cornfield, like I would feel that like I think that thing was coming to pick me up any second. So I went to show her the second one because it was kind of more like kids on a school bus, you know, not whatever. But then it's more gory. But she was like, I was like, all right, watch the first one, you know. But
never ending story.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I watched all that shit growing up, and I never wanted to hurt anybody, or it didn't make me do this, or didn't make me do that. Like, you know, it's if you let it. You know what I mean? She understands it's a movie, and I'd rather have her sit down and her attention span be somewhere for an hour and a half, 2 hours, rather than 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
It's like
10 seconds, right? 15 seconds. 15. I mean, we're sending each other shorts. Me and you are guilty of this.
I know we did.
I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh, I've escaped the Matrix tonight. I don't do any of it." I still do it. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now.
Listen, it's free though.
So, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Miss Potts. Me and Miss Potts talk here and there, and just our little conversation. We know we're good. You know, we know we're good. We don't need to see each other on here every day. This, that, and the third. We're living our life. People are like, "Email, are you okay, Willie? Are you okay?" Email, "Are you okay, Willie?" I'm good. I'm here living like you guys. I'm fine. You know, it's just I'm enjoying the now, not what's going on over here, what this person's saying. But they're saying, "Oh my God, Fauci, bring out Fauci."
Fucking smoke another one.
Bring out Fauci. What about all the people that funded Fauci? What about all the people that gave Fauci his money? What about those guys? Nobody cares about these guys. They're like, "Fucking get that old man. Get that old man."
No.
Come on, man.
It's horrible.
Listen, I never would think one of my favorite comedians would have like
He's awesome.
gotten out of it and still been able to do comedy, but also integrate like what's up. It's absolutely insane because I've watched him back since Half Baked, The Goat Boy. He was Joe Pesci on SNL. Remember, he does the best Joe Pesci impression ever. You don't remember that?
No, but I don't even remember him from. I don't remember him from Half Baked, but I guess because he's older now.
And he goes in, he's like, "I'm not gonna freak out, man." When he's in the record shop, he's like, "Who's coming with me?" Yeah, he's definitely he's one of the funniest in Half Baked. But anyway, so all I'm trying to do, right, is show my daughter a different way than everybody else is just programmed to do it. Like when she goes over her friend's house, her friend is in her room on her phone, and she's out playing on a swing by herself.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So like, you know, and then like my daughter's talking to like their moms about like, you know, stuff, and then like they're having conversations instead of like her having conversation with her friends, because I'm trying to show her like, hey, this is, you know, look at this movie. They put effort into this movie rather than this
like how
horse shit they have that they're showing kids today, and it's slowly starting to work. Like today, I made her go into a pizza shop, order her own couple slices, this, that, and the third. You know, make her have conversations with somebody or say thank you and this and that, and that goes a long way. You know, cursive. You know, she's learning cursive.
Yeah.
You know, she knows Greek fluently. She knows English fluently. So she already knows 2 languages. You know, that's what I care about. That's what I care about. And the more I watch all this shit, the more it takes away from that. And once you realize that, you're just like, fuck, man, I got to turn all this noise off. All this noise, no matter what it is. I don't care what it. You can tell me, I watch this, I watch that. It's all noise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't know, man. It's just I'm preaching to the choir because I know you guys know what I'm talking about, but
Yeah. I get
it
it.
just sucks that like we can't figure out a way to just all
Trying.
be like, yo, let's go start our own shit.
Right.
Let's go move somewhere, grow our own
I
crops,
would love it, dude.
do our own thing. And if they come at us, what are they going to do against 5 million of us? Nothing. Imagine 20. Imagine 100. Like, you know what I mean? They could do nothing, but we'll never get there because they have us so divided from everything you're watching, everything you watch, every CNN that pops up, every MSNBC, every Fox, every time they're talking differently and they're showing you this and Fauci and now the anti-vaxxers are against the vaxxers again, and they're mad at each other. It's all just it's diversion from what they're actually doing, which is lock cameras. I mean, do you even know what I'm talking about?
What? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's 104 or 5,000 right now already installed.
And then but some towns are actually taking them down and stuff.
Yeah, okay, but they already got you. That's my point. And there was a guy who was literally just, you know, the cops didn't like him. He was an older guy, and they hit his plate 71 times, and most of them were just like they would put some bullshit about why they ran it.
Yeah, they said that like one guy had an O instead of a 0, and they could never get it fucking figured out, and it just kept fucking them.
The worst was the worst. Everybody here, you guys are my kind of people. Everybody in chat.
Yeah.
Everybody, your neighbors,
awesome.
your neighbors, your family, all of us are our kinds of people, because we can't relate to any of these sick fucks that eat children, that do this to children, that do this to women, that, again, the whole child slave trafficking over the border, we think it's just immigration. Bullshit. Bullshit.
They're definitely kicking kids.
Bullshit. If you guys think that's just immigration.
Yeah, they never found 300,000 kids, remember?
They're just going to come. They're going to let people in there and just house them. Yeah. Whatever. It's called free labor.
Yeah.
So, but then we think it's just like, oh, these guys are trying to get in to just get in. So like I said, I want Brian out. I know Brian didn't do this. You know, I mean, as far as what they put out so far, Brian didn't do this. I mean, and there's no reason for them to hide evidence.
They fucked up the investigation, so even if he did, they'll never be able to prove it now. So
it's not that they fucked it up; it's that they purposely. Even Kane said, as soon as we got Brian's name, we went with Brian.
Because their fucking investigations weren't leading to Brian. That's what nobody forgets. None of those motherfucking investigations led to Brian. They were shocked when they got his name.
So that's what I'm saying. We don't know any investigations they did into anything, because they're just like, oh, we identified it. That's it. Which we know that's horseshit.
They were trying to like investigate other people, but they stopped as soon as they got his name. It's like
exactly, Mish. Exactly. Yeah. So like I said, the ones that get it, God bless you. You know, if you get it, but you're kind of not there, just keep watching. Keep watching.
I think mostly everybody on this panel knows what's up.
Yeah, I know, but
you know what I mean?
But when you know it and you're still doing it, then what does it help?
We're all trying to, like,
you know what I mean? So like I said, as soon as I get off here, my phone goes into power saving mode, and I can't open up anything unless it's like something for the cards or this or that or text. But like I said, you know, I can't sit there and text somebody all day, every day. Like, you know, that's why if you call me, you know, like talking on the phone, I can get out my words with expression. Texting on the phone and all this shit, I'm just done, man. I'm done. I'm so over it.
I know you're a lot nicer. I told you you're a lot nicer these days.
Well, I've always been, they're never going to change who I am. You know what I mean? Like,
No, you're a lot.
I know they're all corrupted shit. It's just like you get so caught up in it. Like I said, sports. You know, you're like, yeah, you're rooting on somebody that doesn't even affect you. It doesn't affect anything you do every day. It just affects how you feel. And once it start affecting your mood, how is that good for you?
Yeah.
So turn off the news.
No, the good thing with the soccer thing.
Stop getting mad at Trump voters or Biden voters or whoever voters. They don't know any better. Either side doesn't know any better because both sides are one. Both sides are one.
Yeah.
That's it. They all keep their jobs in the House. They all keep their jobs here. They all keep their jobs there. They all get money from out. Everybody who yelled out Fauci. Everybody who was yelling out Fauci. You're this. You're this. All of them are funded by other countries. They all make money from other countries. While we're sitting here paying 50% tax. It's crazy. It's crazy what we sit here and take. It really is.
I tried to fucking not pay my taxes. They put me in jail.
But they come after you. That's the thing.
The game got me.
He's scum. It's not just he's scum. It's their scum. Fauci's just a fall. He's just a little man on the podium. Who funded him? Who gave him all his money?
Oh yeah.
Who gave him all his money?
Everybody yelling at him.
Why aren't those people being investigated? Because those are names that we can't even research. We don't even know exist. We think, oh, this person has the most net worth. You're really? That's just who they tell you. That's who they want. That's just what they want you to. It's all what they want to show you. They only show us what they want to.
I know.
You don't think they have something 10 times better than AI already?
Oh yeah.
Like you were talking about with the whole, aliens and shit. Like tomorrow, if they said we're being invaded by aliens and showed a couple images of aliens doing something to somebody, everybody's freaking the fuck out. Like it's so easy for them.
The thing. Like they don't anymore. People are excited and they want to say we're just waiting for it. Like
yeah, but
people don't forget anymore.
People are waiting for it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
When the fucking nerds were coming,
I'm just saying they proved they can tell us anything, and most people will comply. I'm just saying if most didn't comply, we'd be in a completely different. Nobody would have got a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got the shot. I didn't get the shot, but everybody got the shot. Everybody I know got the shot. And then they're like, look how many deaths there are from the shot and people that are fucked up from the shot. It's like, what the hell? You guys told us to get it.
I know.
And then here they're just like, with this case, they're like, yeah, it was Brian. He's a stalker. He's a weirdo. He has a weird stare, and that makes him able to be a quadruple homicide suspect. 3 minutes, 90 seconds.
John Wick.
In and out.
Go gadget arms.
And majority of the population. Oh my God, they got him. They got him.
I know.
I don't know, man. Never had the COVID yet. Don't get it, kids.
They never had it either.
Me neither. Thank Jesus.
Nothing but.
Fuck that stuff, man. I'm so glad because I was like, watch, just like Roundup, just like with all like the stuff they had back in the day, and they come out, they're like, if you spread your weeds with Roundup, call us if you have emphysema. Oh, thanks. I was a kid spraying Roundup on everything as a fucking child. Let me just die and then give you a call. It's amazing. It really is. And then, like I said, the food's really scaring me.
I know.
Like if you just look at the quality of food,
and
we're paying so much for it, it's like, what the fuck's happening with it? Like home cooked meals don't hit the same as they used to.
They don't.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, and it sucks because we have to survive, so we gotta eat something.
Take it up the ass.
You just gotta, just understand where we are and what's going on, and then just make the best of it because there's nothing we can really do.
I know.
Until we are all like understand who the bad guys are. But most people don't. They're just like they're the bad guy because they might have a nuclear weapon. Boom. They think about that. Now they know that we're okay with hearing this country might have something. Boom.
Yeah.
And then in the blast, a mother and child were, injured when they hit the oil refinery. And we're just like, move on. Something else happens. And we're just like, ah.
Do you remember the beginning?
They have a family. You know what I mean?
Was it the beginning of 2025 or 2024 when it was the drones and then it was the explosion and the guy fucking blew up?
Remember the Chinese balloon?
Yeah.
The Chinese spy balloon that got all the way to like Michigan, which means like
3 of
you know,
them.
China, the most advanced country in the world,
I don't know.
sent a fucking balloon that traveled through the atmosphere and through California, and everybody was just like, look at the balloon.
watching it. Yeah.
Nobody called it in. Look at the balloon. And then all of a sudden it's in Michigan, and they're like, and then they shoot down. They're like, there might have been something in the balloon that they wanted to. Yet we're spraying chemtrails. Yeah, we're spraying chemtrails every goddamn day. Get out of here, man. Everybody's like, yeah, they shut down the spy balloon. What the fuck is going on with people, man? China sent a balloon. They have better technology than us. They sent a balloon, really? They got a balloon that can get all the way here.
It was.
Think about that, Kristen.
It wasn't.
It has to pass over Hawaii. People in Hawaii were just like,
it passed to
dancing and shit. Oh, look, a balloon.
It got across the entire country before anybody shot the fuck down. They waited till it's over the Atlantic Ocean. I'm like, well, now it's too late now. Fuck it, we're already dead now.
It's not even. It's what they do to the chicken breast. That's the problem. Like unless you have your own chickens, But then my problem is I can't get animals. Like I can never get a farm and have animals that I raise and then kill them one day and eat them.
That's so.
Because I'm gonna give them names. They're gonna have personalities.
I know.
I have to kill the cow.
No.
I have to kill the chicken.
No,
I'm gonna kill the duck who shakes his little tail. Who shakes his little tail when he's drying off?
Wilbur.
Couldn't do it. I love meat, but I'm not a killer. I love animals, except spiders. I will fucking.
Charlotte's Web, don't you dare.
I'm just spiders just because they can jump like a snake. I know where his head's at, right? I know how to fucking smack his head a little bit. But a fucking spider, you can be sleeping. He's going,
fuck.
You know how many spiders we eat in our lifetime?
I know.
I think it's like 13 or something. I don't know what it is, but it's like. Oh man, I hate spiders. My daughter hates spiders too.
Dude, I'm telling you,
so she's like, "Daddy, kill it." I'm like, "You kill it."
Yeah,
you kill that fucking thing.
Leah.
Listen, I'll take on anything else: a polar bear, grizzly bear, ape, whatever wants to go. But like a spider,
I don't.
The fact that thing could just jump in my retina.
I can do spiders.
Fuck that. I'm out of here.
Bugs. I don't like crickets and shit. Ugh.
Kenny Jr., you have a cow or something live?
Dude, I could never.
Where's Miss Potts? Let's see Miss Potts. What's Miss Potts? Miss Potts still here? He was carrying a knife and a black sheath and his Glock, allegedly saying he carries 24/7 at tracks considering a black S&W knife and sheath with a Glock they recovered from his parents' house. Listen, I'm not saying. Again, I don't know.
Even if he's guilty, they can't prove it now because they fucked their investigation all the way up. So.
Listen to me. We don't know any of the exculpatory evidence. We know nothing. We know nothing as far as like what they have on like what a defense can use to show massive reasonable doubt. We can't. Nobody can make any conclusion in this case as far as evidence goes because they haven't showed us anything. They only showed us what's not sealed.
The only thing that gets me if it's Brian, then what the fuck's up with Dylan and Bethany? Why the fuck would they not run or call 911? Like something's up with that. Like they can't.
But here's the thing. Here's my problem. Like even if Brian was like a driver or Brian was just there as a lookout or something. The fact that they only brought him down and not everybody he was with wouldn't make any sense either. So regardless, these kids are not going to get the full justice.
True.
No matter how much we sit here and argue, it's just
but
if Brian gets out.
It could be the people that they killed. You know
because the town doesn't want to hear about it anymore. The university certainly doesn't want to hear about it anymore. So nobody in that area is going to be in uproar if this just goes cold or whatever.
Yeah, that's what Devil's Advocate said. He couldn't believe
They've already moved on.
In that town wants to hear about it. Brian did it and that's it. He's like, nobody.
When you have that many people from the town work, and like I said, the shops around the university that, when people come in for the football games or for this week or that week, all that money generated and stuff like that, all that stops when there's this shit going.
Yeah.
So, like I said, there's just a lot of money involved in this case, and it's massive amounts of money. Like I said, just anybody can look it up. Just look how much the University of Idaho brings in annually. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. But anyway,
it's changed. Yeah, but it's so weird. Like, it's what I mean. Like, either they weren't there, or It's weird. Like that's some weird shit to make the fuck up or say.
Yeah,
or
I just can't. Yeah, I just can't get on board with the cartel.
Well, I mean, it's somebody that's somebody.
Yeah, but listen. If you've learned anything about the cartel,
like,
they're not going to leave anybody that's salt, especially that
watch
salt.
Ozarks, and you'll change your mind.
No. Ozark's a show. Reality is the cartel hangs people headless from bridges. You think they're going to give a shit about 2 other people in the house?
No, it's just, I'm telling you, like, I don't know. Something, it's a faction of something.
Come on, Krista.
I'm just saying.
She's at the bottom of the steps. She's at the bottom of the steps.
What? Yeah.
I can't get there. Because cops don't I mean, I don't know.
It's weird that their investigations are flawed, but nobody's calling each other out for it.
What exculpatory evidence? Exactly.
Right.
They won't show us. They won't. It's sealed.
All of it, basically.
That's what I mean. The rest of their whole investigation is the goddamn exculpatory evidence.
Right. Yeah, nothing.
The other 4 blood DNA samples is just in itself.
Investigations didn't lead to Brian.
I mean, but just that in itself is massive reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
If any good attorney could just use that and be like, transfer DNA compared to 4 blood DNA samples that these cops tested and never looked into. Come on.
Yep.
I mean, seriously, think about how silly that is.
I know.
That they're just like, oh,
It's
yeah,
so
who cares? Let's dust this and get this transfer DNA that is invisible off the snap here. And oh yeah, we got Brian's DNA.
Was it the snap?
Sure.
Yeah, first it was snap, then it was the whatever. Another part.
I'm just saying. If it was a hit, a hit is boom, 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 or boom, 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 boom. Not like that. Like, come on. 40 times, 50 times. Bro, that's so much coming back at you as you're hitting arteries. Like you're covered head to toe, and nobody transfers anything to either back porch or front porch. It tells you everything you need, but they're like, that's him on camera coming in, and that's him leaving. 90 seconds. Okay. Whatever you guys say. So, again, all I'm saying is, if something happens, which I don't want it to happen, I pray to God it doesn't happen. But if something happens, and they're just like, yeah, this Brian did this and this, and we're just sitting here like, God damn it, man. And yeah, MSM's going hard about it, like, yeah, he felt guilty about this, and guilty about that, and we're all sitting there yelling at them and thinking it's going to make a difference. He needs to protect himself. That's all, Yeah. That's really what it comes down to.
Right.
And I think his only chance is the Supreme Court.
Me too. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
like it's because that was so fucked up. Like she couldn't get anything in. She couldn't get anything to exculpatory evidence.
This is a multi-level crime with multiple reasons and outcomes. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I mean. This crime has to be. Whoever did this has to be important enough for them to go through all these hoops to cover it up. Like, come on. Something's important enough. I'm just saying, when you really just look at it without any emotion, you're just like, man.
I know. We've been, babe. Remember, like 2 years, 2 years now.
Yeah, but like I said, it's completely different now because that him taking the plea was probably saving his life. Where now,
well, yeah,
he's a nuisance again.
Where's family?
Not to us or anybody. He's a nuisance to these guys.
Right.
Because again, on paper, the university profits $0, but yet they bring in $600 million. So what's really going on? What's really going on at universities?
$600 million, yeah.
Same thing that goes on with movies that are $100 million to make that only make $10 million at the box office. It's all money laundering, all of it. It is.
I know. So are the wars.
It's crazy when you see it all and you're just like, God damn, man. $600 million annually.
It's really the military industrial complex we have to fight against. Really, it's like they kind of run everything, but on a lower level, this is the shit that
that's another one.
One of us.
Yeah, that's another one. That neighborhood of that magnitude with all people's security footage, flock cameras, everything like that.
Yeah.
They don't have nobody taking this Nancy
poor
country.
woman.
Really?
I know. I just find it weird that like this 85-year-old woman who has Savannah as a mother, I mean a daughter, is home alone with a like dark house with the doors are either open or just like no fucking security system. That's like, how the fuck did you let your mom live?
Because we're believing there was no security system. We're believing none of the neighbors had cameras. Just like
nobody should be able to get to her. Nobody should be able to get past anything to get to her. She should have been alerted. First of all, like it's weird. You get an alert either if you don't have the fucking video, you get an alert on your phone. So either she was probably sleeping, but like
it was Frank. He was a perfect target too.
Yeah,
perfect target.
Figures.
And like I said, if something happens to him, everybody's gonna be like, "Well, he was a killer. Well, he was a killer. Well, he was a killer." I mean, like I said, they've taken out people that weren't killers. Look on the wall in the goddamn cell. Bob Marley, John Lennon, JFK. I showed you guys the JFK video. I showed you the driver shot JFK in the head.
You're funny. Stop.
I'm just saying, like, what more do we need? The driver, literally.
I wish it was that easy.
Boom. Boom.
Well, we know everybody around him was working for the fucking CIA.
I'm just saying, they'll shoot a president because he wanted to, change everything and expose everything. And we think like, yeah, Brian's safe. He's going to get a lawyer. He's going to get out. It's going to be perfect. Come on. We need to understand what's really going on here. They have a lot to lose.
I don't think Brian's going to expose the aliens. I think he's all right.
I just hope. Where's the GoFundMe? Where's the? I thought what's her name's talking to the family. Why hasn't she convinced them to make a GoFundMe?
Maybe they don't want to.
His only shot's a paid attorney.
Yeah.
We already saw what a system attorney does for him.
Yeah.
And representing himself, forget about it. Forget about it. Oh, he's smart. He knows this. He knows that.
You know he does. You know that he is, though. I mean,
I'm just saying, forget about it. You can't use GoFundMe for this? Why not? Since when can't somebody... So somebody can't start a GoFundMe for counsel?
But we could say, could we save him money? Like, we could save money in an account? Like, the same thing.
GoFundMe cannot be used for attorney fees. Oh my God!
Then we'll just
See, there's the system.
Well, you don't have to use a GoFundMe. Just do it another way. Donate money.
People aren't. People need that so they can see. Their name could be shown, how much they donated. Yeah. People like that. People need that fucking.
You can do it different way.
So maybe they can just say, "Hey, we need a new house. We need a new house." Yeah, fuck Hitler. Hitler's dirty. They're all dirty. Screw them all. All of them. All of them are dirty. It doesn't matter. That's what I mean. Brian needs an outside lawyer with no ties to nothing. But that lawyer's going to have to put his neck on the line, and it seems like nobody wants to. So, yeah, like I said, until something happens major, you know what I mean? Like, I love everybody here. I missed you guys, obviously, but if you don't see me for a bit, just know I'm fine. I'm living life. I'm out enjoying life. And turn off the noise, turn off the news, turn off all the shit. Turn off social media. Where'd you go, Krista? You're not even gonna say bye? Why do you think Brian's family? Huh? Talking to somebody else. His dad had nothing to do with this. His parents have nothing to do with this. His sisters have nothing to do with this. That's just stupid saying that. But that's what I mean. That's what MSM has taught you to believe. His dad might have been involved. That's what they said in the beginning. His dad might have helped him. Amazing. Just like somebody used a bomb across the Canadian border. We're all like, oh, there was a bomb at the Canadian border. See it on the news? And then they're like, no, it was just a car speeding. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Stupid to blame others for one's actions. I'm not blaming anybody. Like I said, everybody does what they do because of what they're fed. If you didn't, you would just be nice to everybody and not get angry at little things. And we all do it. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go eat. Thanks again, Leslie, for the $10 for the ice cream, and thank you, Sleuthy, for becoming a member. Krista, thank you for coming up. Nikki, thank you for coming up. But yeah, like I said, we're on the same side here. It's just, it's aggravating and sad. Like I'm aggravated. Like you're like, oh, you're a Debbie Downer today. Well, no, I'm aggravated and sad because, you know, our system. We think we're free. We think somebody's going to come and like care about our freedom. They don't care. They don't care. They just don't care. So just be careful out there, you know. And hopefully Brian gets somebody to represent him that at least gets him off, because they're not going to make whoever reopen a case and actually investigate this. So if you think that they're going to find out who did this, they're not. So, but yeah, I'm going to go eat something. See ya, Esther. See ya, Kat. Sammy. Real Italian. Simply, thanks for coming by. Mods, thanks for. Oh yeah, Mods. Can you tell me what alt account Jeff was using so I can make sure he's not being a problem again? Because I don't mind opinions, but when you don't care what people's opinions are and you just want to put them down with whatever they say, I don't like people like that. I don't need people like that around. But yeah, so 6 string. Oh, okay. So it has to do with music. He's not too covert, is he? 6 string sizzling. Oh, could that be Jeff, the one that is always talking about playing the guitar? Oh man, it's so weird. People have to make alt accounts to come into a channel. I don't know, man. Anyway, appreciate everybody. I don't know when I'll see you again, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So, all right, guys. Yeah. His words are obvious. He doesn't even hide it. You can just tell by his rant and his punctuation. You're just like, come on, Jeff. Just come in as Jeff, or just don't come in at all. To be honest. But anyway, love you guys. Have a good night. Be nice to each other. Peace.